Calm down.
Hell no, I'm cutting a bitch head off tonight. I love that pugilism. I love it. Do some WWE shit up in
I'm not on podcasts often.
Okay, who's that now?
That's
okay,
a choice. That's
let me jump out, jump back in. Okay, let's join the call.
Go, baby.
You like 65, so you're gonna be asleep after this shit, huh?
Oh wow!
No, actually,
that is
actually, I've got man duties to attend to when I'm done with this.
Hey, yo, he's gonna take that Xbox energy.
You ain't about to make it, bro. You too old. I know how you get down.
What am I?
He about to drink this. He about to drink this bourbon. He about to drink this bourbon. Be sleeping. His girl gonna be like, "Fuck you too, nigga."
I didn't come in here for age shaming. I didn't know it was gonna be age shaming here. I got to go.
Hey man, look, hey, see what you just said? That was very ageist, all right?
See, the thing is that you gotta remember, you talking to me. I'm gonna be as offensive as possible.
You see, we don't call it being old over here, right? We call it experience, all right?
Experience, damn right.
Yeah, that sound like a word for 10:30 is my bedtime, but cool.
That's how you think you're gonna do drugs. I got that experience, damn God. What's that? You own a house?
I'm not in nobody's good graces. I'm not in nobody's good graces right now, so. The Nintendo niggas mad at me. The ponies mad at me. The Xbox niggas mad at me. Matter of fact, the PC niggas the only ones fucking with me right now. I ain't even got a PC.
PC dudes always trying to inject themselves into some shit.
Hey, I ain't trying to hear that.
Always trying to make themselves relevant.
I am not trying to hear that shit, T. Not today. Not after months and months and months of our Xbox is stronger than PC. I ain't having it.
I wasn't in on none of that, so they can't come at me for that. I ain't that damn stupid.
Well, I mean,
all right,
it was.
So basically, okay. So how's everybody doing? I'm doing wonderful. G-Rock, how you feeling, man? You good?
I'm always good, my nigga.
All right. So make sure everybody else smash up. What?
Ready?
I'm over trying to be friendly, man. So okay.
Fight, boy.
So basically, it's been a good week for gamers, especially Xbox gamers, and I'm very excited about the news we're about to give to y'all. And so it might be a little toxic pretty soon. So everybody just strap on the seatbelts and just what you say?
Saying God.
Anyway, so basically, I'm happy. Got some stuff to talk about. The acquisition of Bethesda going to the Xbox, and Xbox is actually number one in studios. They surpassed Sony. So yeah, talk about that as well. Bunch of crime going on this week. Do I want to talk about the whole $70 Mass Morales game and the whole upgrading stuff, the controversy and all that? I don't know if y'all want to talk about that, but yeah, it's just some stuff that's going on with Sony that I don't agree with. I'm not trying to bash Sony, but technically I am. Especially the fan base, they is the worst. But anyway, let's go ahead and get started on the positive note. Let's go and get our intros out the way. Make sure you hit that like button, share this video, get some more people here. And let's go ahead and get our intros. Let's start with you, Mr. G-Rock, Mr. Pony. So how you feel, G-Rock? What's going on with the Pony fan base this week? Why they tripping?
I mean, they mad about Bethesda. I mean, y'all using sales tactics and said, y'all was posting the number ones and shit every day. But not today, though. I noticed that shit, number ones and shit, when that PS5 went back up, I noticed it's not about sales anymore, but it was yesterday or when y'all pre-ordered it. But it's cool. I'm sure we'll talk about that shit. I know y'all feeling yourselves with this Bethesda shit till y'all saw a headset I sold y'all goddamn console. But it's cool. We'll talk about that, sure.
I'm just sorry.
By the way, fuck Sega. Fuck Sega too. I forgot that one too.
Well,
Don't worry.
okay, I'm not talking about Sega. I don't care. Okay, Mr. Zen.
Yeah, what Sega did? Sega ain't got nothing doing that.
Mom fucked him.
Yeah, dude, they got everything to do with this nigga.
He fired up.
All right. Did you do your intro, G-Rock, or you just talking shit?
Oh yeah. By the way, Clip Clop, Nene, Pony all day. That nigga real a fraud. Let's go.
All right. Anyway, all right, Zen, go ahead. You there, Zen?
All right, people. Well, yeah, I'm here. All right, people, what's going on? It's Zen here. I know I'm never here, but I'm here to do my annual appearance on the podcast because it's a great week, really great week. I'm so bloated. I'm bloated on tears from every direction. I don't even want nothing more to drink, baby, but we'll get into that in a minute. So let's go. Bang, bang, baby. Xbox all day.
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit.
All right, Mr. Comfortable Man, go ahead.
Hey, what's going on, YouTube? We're here for another podcast. I'm all nice and relaxed. I'm trying something new. Tired of sitting in a chair for like 3 hours listening to all people bitching.
Oh,
This
there
time I
we
can
go.
at least
There we
be
go.
comfortable and not have to worry about
Oh boy, he's already pissed.
my,
You know,
get mad. See, just don't want to talk to y'all people no more.
Damn, he said Yuki.
All right, wake me up when you get to my turn again.
Oh Jesus. Okay.
Oh, Nick fell asleep already.
Yeah. Anyway, go ahead, T.
yeah, Bruce, T in here, and it's gonna be some tears, I guess.
Oh,
From what I heard, I
yeah.
don't know. I'm gonna rejoice. I don't really have a pony in this race, so. But I still gonna have some fun. So let's do it.
All right. Last but not least, Alex.
What's going on, everyone? Alex Prime here. We're back. Another week of the Real Talk podcast. Another win for PC Gaming. Another win for Phil Spencer and the Xbox team. Another L. Another L. Big L for Sony. This is a great day. Great week, in fact. So let's have some.
Cool.
And I forgot to point out, back to once again being sole white guy this podcast.
Yep. You're our reverse. I'm not going to say.
Token white gang.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to be sued,
Now you see
man.
how it feels.
I don't want to be sued, man. I don't want to be called racist, man. So we got to get that token, man.
My lawyer ready
I
for
think
whenever
it's too late for that.
Now you need to get a sole woman on this podcast so you don't get accused of being sexist too.
Could we have a woman on the podcast
Perhaps
this week?
try to find a female Nintendo ambassador if you can.
I don't know, man. We can't say nothing to one without screaming harassment.
Female Xbox girls, they don't really exist. They call niggas, but it's cool.
Oh,
Oh, damn. This is crazy.
Podcast, man. There's too much thirst out there. A lot of thirst.
I seen some of the rats you post in the chat, man. You know that ain't true.
Hey, man, they rats. And they rats. And I seen some of the niggas that look like bitches in your goddamn camp too.
Yikes.
wow.
Okay. All right, so let's talk about the games we've been playing this week before we get to the top. Let's start with you, Alex.
Oh, well, sorry. Well, what's up? What's happening?
Talk about the games we've been playing this week.
Oh, I'm back on Yakuza 0. I'm playing through it again. It's been basically my favorite game this generation. Well, at least one of them. Mario Kart Smash. I played a little bit of Luna Toyo, something like that. It's a side-scrolling Metroidvania game. That was pretty cool too. That's about it.
All right. T.
Oh, and Halo 3 ODST. I played a little bit of that because that just came out on Game Pass the other day.
Oh,
Does
okay.
not hold up as good as the other Halo games.
Oh, okay. Go ahead, Mr. C.
Well, since the Switch is my first console, my primary console, I've been playing a lot of 360 ports and EU ports.
Oh, my God.
So, nothing really to talk about on that front.
Uh-oh.
You're not playing the Mario collection?
Hell no, I ain't playing that overpriced garbage.
Oh, there we go. There we
Bought
go.
it.
That's
Oh,
how
man,
we could.
you
That's
put
how
the
we could
stank
get.
on it. Garbage.
So that's how we can get T-Man and talk about Nintendo and their business practices. That's how we get them pissed off. All right, go ahead, Mr. Comfortable Man.
So yeah, I've just been playing Yakuza 3. So finally broke down, just bought it on PS3.
Oh, y'all realize Yakuza is developed and published by Sega, right?
I don't, man, don't confuse me with the Mr. Sega hater over here. I like Sega, all right? I've already told you multiple times. It's this guy over here. Couple of screens down on my left one is always like,
Actually, point your thumb the opposite way, cause you point away from the guy.
I don't know, man. On my screen, he's to the left.
Okay, but on my screen, he's the opposite way. Yeah, there we go.
Whatever side, this dude down with the green and red light in his background. That's the dude that's screaming "Death to Sega." Don't look at me, man. I've been
I
on
never
Sega.
say death. I've never said such a thing in my life.
Oh, there we go, Alex. Now, don't try to act like you Mr. Innocent, because you always wish the worst for Sega. You wish for them to go
This is
bankrupt.
slander.
Like
You
I said,
you wish for everybody to lose their
This is
jobs.
slander.
Hey, man. Hey, real. Don't worry about it, man. Don't worry about it. Don't worry. Soon,
Phil's gonna buy him
Phil
up anyway.
Aurelius Maximus Spencer is going to bring Sega home. Don't worry about it. They're
Yeah,
coming home, baby.
Yeah, so I'm gonna talk.
Sega's gonna get bought by the company that initially fucked them over and put them out of the console.
True, that's true. That is true.
So yeah,
Goddamn.
oh, you talking about the Microsoft CE on the Dreamcast when they did their internet? Yeah, that was kind of spooky.
Sabotaged Sega. They
Yeah,
said
that was kind of spooky though.
They're coming home, baby. They're coming home.
Oh boy.
Since you ain't got no Dreamcast no more, can we have those games?
Exactly.
They were real smooth, that shit.
So yeah, I guess speaking of Sega, I heard they didn't do too well with this Tokyo Game Show. Everybody said it was whack. What's going on with that?
Man,
Tokyo
Sega's
Game Show
been
every
whack
fucking year.
in terms of shows and appearances for years.
Yeah, because
This isn't anything new.
Yeah,
They don't know how, they
nothing
don't know
new
how to
there.
excite people. They don't know how to put on a show.
Yep.
yeah, that show. Matter of fact, I think it was me and you, Zen. I'm not sure if Chris
Yep.
was there. That's when they showcased Sonic Mania and what was the other one? Lost World, not Lost World.
That was embarrassing.
Lost Forces.
Force Sonic Forces, yeah. That shit was
Yeah.
embarrassing.
That show we saw, man.
Oh,
They
yeah.
couldn't get the audio right. Like everybody, they was
couldn't get-
sweating
they
in
were-
there.
Man, they
It
were
was
late
like
to their
they
own
were
show. They had a drunk dancing Sonic on stage.
Oh, that's so bad. Oh, so bad.
It was bad.
That shit
boy.
was embarrassing. It's one of my favorite Krobie Cat videos. Go check out Krobie Cat. He did a chop up of that Sega show. That shit.
So they ain't had
It's
nothing
so bad.
announced today. No, all
Uh,
I heard was
I think-
huh?
The biggest thing they announced was, and this takes a little bit of interpretation because it wasn't exactly clear, but apparently Virtua Fighter is back. So
Virtual
I
what?
don't know that Virtua Fighter is back.
Virtua Fighter is back? Oh, hell yeah.
Kinda.
Oh, there we go. Kinda.
Oh man.
They're dragging it.
There's a catch-22.
It's an initiative they announced with esports and something, but it looked like it was a new Virtua Fighter game. So take that with a gigantic scoop of salt because again, Sega. So
Yeah.
It's my favorite brawler of all time.
Damn, no new announcement of Persona. Like, what's going on for Persona 6, man? It's due. Like, come on, man. I'm ready for Persona 6, man.
Nigga, what are you? This how we know you're playing no damn
Any
Persona.
idea
What you
how long
talking about?
between games?
That's how we know, nigga. That shit takes years, bro. This ain't coming till like what 2020.
Nigga, it's been like 3-4 years since it's been out. What are you talking about? When did Persona 5 come out? When did Persona 5 come out?
Persona 4 came out in 2006.
Yeah.
Okay, Persona 5,
Yeah,
nigga.
man.
When did Persona 5 come
Right.
out? It was in Japan a year before it hit the States, right?
Persona 5
It wasn't-
was announced in 2012. It didn't come out till
2012.
Yes, bro. And that shit came out in like 20,
No.
like what, 18?
No. It came out 2017 in Japan, right? We got it a year later, right?
Atlas
Okay,
and
so
Shin Megami
then it
Tensei
was-
take forever.
So it
to
was
come
11
out.
years. So 11 years, bro. That's what they
They
do.
have-
They make a main line and then they milk it. That's what
Yeah,
they
they
do.
have to sell 20 different versions of Persona 5 before they move on to 6.
Well, they can at least announce another one, give us a sneak peek or something. God damn, it's been 3-4 years.
Nah.
Damn.
Nah,
And that's not how it
Wow,
works,
you
bro.
play
Well-
Persona game. All of a
that's not
sudden
that's
you
not how
figure
this works. It takes a while.
Mhm. Well,
I've been waiting on Shin Megami Tensei 5 since before the Switch came out, cuz. Like, before we even knew what it was. They were still calling it the NS. And they were talking
I'm
about.
still waiting on that
Shin Megami-
game.
We're gonna let y'all.
Vaporware.
We're gonna let y'all have that one. We good on that. Y'all.
Oh, you mean
good.
the game that started the series? Oh yeah, we'll take that.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
you
but
know,
the
we just talking about the
spin-off
spinoff that everyone's begging for.
that's some bear hugger slander in the chat. He's,
Huh?
that's some bear
I hope
hugger.
that bear
I hope
guy's
that
not
bear
here.
guy is not here.
Where's the Persona shit?
Wow.
They don't like bear.
Right, the Persona
Wow.
series is
That's
more,
messed
but, like,
up.
people love
That is
Persona.
wild.
People like SMT.
Yeah, because it's
You
easier.
only get
Shin Megami's
one
too
white
hard.
guy in this podcast, and it's me.
Persona's amazing, man. That's all it is, baby. That's all it is, baby.
It's amazingly easy.
So before we get to the before we get to the fuckboy fuckery shit, we gotta talk about some. I want to say a smaller subject, but yeah. So basically, Xbox has been rumored to buy Sega, and there's been a bunch of cryptic messaging on Twitter. Like, I'm not sure what they're doing, but Microsoft has never denied it. They did mention that they are going to buy more studios because Microsoft is on a studio buying spree right now. And, of course, there's a big Sega and Microsoft partnership because the Yakuza 7 is going to be exclusive or a time exclusive to the Xbox platform or in PC. This, I guess, on launch, whenever the Xbox launches, whatever.
Is that gonna be in Game Pass?
Yes, it's going to be on Game Pass. I don't know when.
Sure?
Yeah, it's going to be day one. No, they said it was going to be on Game Pass day one. Yes.
Is Yakuza 7 gonna be Game Pass day one?
Yes.
I don't think so.
They,
Yeah, I didn't
you
think so
sure
either.
about
That's
that?
why-
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. I think that's
I'm
why.
pretty
Before
sure.
they said it was going to be on Game Pass.
No,
So
it
first
is
of
on
all,
Game Pass. It is on Game Pass. Yes.
It ain't
I don't-
exclusive though.
Is nah. I don't think so.
No, it's
I don't
time
think-
exclusive on Xbox. Time exclusive. It's going to go on
Yeah, I
PS4.
Yeah, it's time
PS5.
exclusive, but it's not on Game Pass.
Yeah, it's not on Game Pass.
It's just
Them
time
motherfuckers was-
exclusive for Xbox.
They was real quick to say, "Hey, that bitch coming out on PS5." 'cause they know
Okay.
damn well
Google
on
it.
Game
Google
Pass.
it. Google
You know
see if
what's
it's
happening.
Google see if
I'm
it's on Game
looking
Pass.
saying-
right now. I'm looking
What
right
is
So
now.
you're
say?
saying Microsoft spent $7.5 billion and they still looking for more? Man, it must be nice to have money, huh, Sony?
Okay. Anybody
it's not-
looked it up? Anybody looked it up? Is
It's not coming to
Yakuza?
Game Pass. I'm reading it right now.
Okay.
It's just coming to Xbox and Windows 10, but they're not talking anything about Game Pass. And this is on the official Xbox wire.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Wait a minute. I just called and said, did the Nintendo nigga literally say that? The nigga without the messaging system?
Yeah, that is true.
I don't think so.
We
I don't-
ain't got no
y'all-
messaging system. I can't
y'all ain't
front on that
Y'all
one.
ain't got a lot. Y'all ain't got a
Yeah,
lot.
yeah, we do.
We got a messaging system. It's called Discord. Get out of here, man.
Man, are you right? My bad.
It's cool,
I
it's cool,
forgot.
it's cool.
I gotta buy my Switch. I gotta buy everything.
It's cool, so either way it go, like- Either way it goes.
Right, you gotta use your phone to
Yeah.
voice
Yeah,
chat.
man. My phone is for the hoes, man, not for
future.
Nintendo fans. No, it's the future.
Hey, G-Rod. Hey, use Discord, man. What's wrong with you?
Exactly.
No, I'm good, bro. Because when I get on Xbox and PlayStation, I just talk to my friends. Say use Discord. It's the future. Nah,
Now,
bro.
if you want to watch Netflix, you gotta find another way. That ain't happening on my phone.
He said you gotta find another way, dog.
Oh, you can use your phone for that. See, it's the future.
This motherfucker is annoying, bro. Use your phone. It's the future.
So I guess
If all you have
anyway.
is a Switch and you bring your girlfriend over,
See,
what do you call
Anyway.
Netflix and chilling then? Ain't no
About
Netflix.
to-
So
son.
So with
If you want to use Netflix
whenever-
on your Switch, all you need to do is switch to your phone. It's pretty easy.
Oh Lord.
There you go.
It's pretty easy.
Y'all are ignorant as hell, bro.
Whenever y'all ready. Whenever y'all ready. Y'all ready?
Yeah, let's go.
All right. So basically, with all these messages that we've been getting on Twitter, I guess with these Microsoft guys, I guess you could say either poking fun or just messing with the fan base, trying to get us to just trying to figure out exactly what they're doing. Remember, they got the woman holding up her arm like an X right in front of a box, and got one of the reps wearing a Sonic shirt, and of course you had Phil Spencer. I think he had a Sonic the Hedgehog character in the background when he was, I guess, doing an interview with somebody right next to that Xbox Series S, in which nobody knew that was a thing. Mm-hmm. And it's been other things that got a lot of people thinking that we might see them, acquire Sega. But is it the right move for them to do, or should Sega stay independent? Because I don't know, because I know a lot of people be like, does their games fit with the Xbox, ecosystem? Because a lot of Xbox gamers don't play those type of games, but at the same time, a lot of Xbox gamers are getting into the Yakuza series. A lot of them actually do like it. So I like the fact that
life.
Yeah, a lot of Xbox fans got into the series because Phil Spencer put it on the Game Pass. So I think it might sell well, even though it might not be on Game Pass. People might buy it, physical. But yes, it's this awesome series. And of course, you got the Phantasy Star Online New Genesis. That game looks awesome. So there's a partnership going on with Sega and Microsoft, and I'm just wondering, will that partnership turn into an acquisition? So let's just start with
Sega's not a good partner if every time you announce something, you preface it by saying, hey, okay, it's coming to Switch, it's coming to PlayStation. Hey, okay, like, bro, if it's talking about Xbox, talk about Xbox. We don't need to know that Phantasy Star and all that is hitting Switch and PlayStation. We know, bro. Like, boost the nigga who paid you. Stop telling everybody else like that's a terrible partner, bro. Like, if I gave you the bread, you don't talk about these other two until the time, bro. Like, I'm greasing pockets out here, and you talking about a damn Switch. Get the hell out of here.
This nigga. All right, since you talked first, Chris, you got any more to add to that?
Could I see Sega getting acquired by Microsoft? Sure. That's what they.
What deal with that? Is it a good acquisition if they get it?
I'm gonna keep it a buck. Again, y'all will play that. You and Zen will play that. Cause niggas like Sega. Are you in the majority for Xbox dudes? No, you're not. But it don't matter. Like, if it goes into Game Pass, which all games will for who they own, that'll let more people play it. So it just is what it is. Like, it's not a bad fit. Again, they still get on PC. We've seen that obviously Sega's games still on PlayStation, Nintendo, and PC. So, but if they get bought, they get bought. They go to Game Pass and they still got PC. It's still a dub for them either way.
Yeah, he ain't wrong. All I know is Yakuza was whack before it hit Game Pass. These are facts.
Hey,
you are the worst.
Hey, real.
You are the worst.
Real. Let me say this. Hey, real. Let me say this real quick before you flip off. That there is why Yakuza 7. Why they went and said that shit comes to PS5 because that shit right there. That's why they went and said. That's why they. This is why they preface. This is why they preface. Oh, it's coming to PlayStation and Nintendo. Don't get mad. This is why they say this shit every time.
Hey man, they can say whatever they want.
No.
I'm over here saving money.
I feel after everything that's what's going on, I feel that Phil Spencer is actually getting some PlayStation guys to come over to the Xbox side. I'm not saying switch over. They go probably be two multi-console owner. They actually got some games on Xbox that gotta want to buy an Xbox finally. But that's the main thing. Xbox has been missing is a bunch of Japanese games and good quality exclusives. And I'm starting to see a pattern here. Remember with the Kingdom Hearts 3 and that came on Game Pass and everybody want to know why he got Kingdom Hearts 3. Where the other ones at? He put the other ones on there as well too. So I see a bunch of Japanese support, including Dragon Quest 11. So something is I like what they're doing.
Got a question real quick. Not Dragon Quest 11. Dragon Quest 11
Because
S
11
or the
S.
Switch exclusive.
Yep.
Oh,
You gotta say it right. You gotta say it right.
Oh, my bad. That wasn't you.
The definitive edition, formerly Switch exclusive.
Damn. Hey man, they got the money to do that, man. It is what it is.
Yeah.
But no, I'm just saying I just like what they're doing because they actually cater towards me because not only I like Xbox games, I like Japanese games, man. So if they wind up buying Sega,
games. Like, what you talking about?
nigga, shut. See, I'm trying to be professional here, man. I'm trying to be. See, you poking the beehive, Chris. Anyway, I like Japanese games. I love Persona. I love these RPGs, man. Like it's awesome. And would it be a good fit for Xbox? I don't know. It depends on the diversity of the gamers because with the Xbox One generation, a lot of them didn't play those type of games because there was more of those dude bro shooters, and everybody else that liked those type of Japanese games go either get a Nintendo or a PlayStation. But I feel that they having washing their hands to this Xbox One filth, and they starting clean, man. And I like the direction that they're going. But would it be a good fit? I can't. I don't know. It depends. It depends on who's gonna buy the console. But let's just be real. Like Sega fits more with the Nintendo fan base and PlayStation than Xbox. I'm gonna just keep it 100. But it depends on who they can sell this console to. If they can sell these Xbox One, Xbox Series S or X to like Nintendo gamers or PlayStation gamers, then look at T. He keep on nodding. Hey man, I'm just saying we don't know. Things can change. Don't y'all see things changing with Xbox?
I'm with T.
I don't see it
you don't see it.
It's not the premise is it a bad acquisition? Would it be a bad acquisition? I think it would be. I think it would be a waste of money because it's just not going to happen. I don't see Microsoft turning that corner to where they're going to get enough Japanese gamers to where it's worth spending that kind of money. I just don't. I don't see it. I don't see how it's going to happen. I just think they just need to save their money and try to look into other markets to push into, because I just don't see them pushing into the Japanese market with anything significant. They could. They can. They tried. It's not like they haven't been trying. They tried on 360. They did the Blue Dragon. They did what was that? Lost
Odyssey.
Lost
Odyssey, right? So they put in the work and nobody cared. So I just don't see it.
That was under different leadership. This is Phil Spencer you're talking about.
And Sega, Sega got some. They have a few games on the margins, but it's nothing that's gonna significantly move a lot of people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They don't have a Grand Theft Auto type of game that's a Japanese game to where you're gonna move a significant amount of people. That's why I just don't see it.
I would argue
it's gonna be nice. It's gonna add value to the Xbox, but that's pretty much it.
I would argue that Sonic, even though it's a booty ass franchise, always sells 6+ million. That's 6+ million more people that would have to buy an Xbox or a PC, I guess.
It won't be exclusive.
Hang on. Y'all are missing the ball here. For real. It's not about console sales.
Yeah,
right?
just about bolstering Game Pass.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's about Game Pass. It's about xCloud. It's about game streaming. Who was it that said it? T. Yeah, they did do Blue Dragon and they did do Lost Odyssey and all this other stuff, Infinite in Discovery and all that. In the 360 era, and they tried, but there was this giant ass blockade, in the form of having to buy a console for 2 or 3 games, and that was a it's not dollar, but multi-yen, $100, $1,000 yen blockade that you had to get over just for the few games that you are interested in. That is gone, and this is the point of not only what we're going to get to later on with Bethesda, but also a potential theoretical Sega partnership or acquisition. is that the more content they have on this service that you can just easily access from your phone. That's it. That's it, baby. There's no blockade. You pay your whatever the subscription price is in Japan, $15 US, and you're in. And the more games they have on that, the more valuable the service becomes.
That's true.
I see
but
it on
the
both
difference
sides.
that you don't see in that though too is that this is my thing. I don't think it's a bad purchase from if like they got them just because Sega is a big name. But what I see from that shit is there's a lot to lose on that shit too. Because the people in America, the few people who really like on Xbox or who gonna really do that, they'll rock with it. Like T said, they don't have a real huge game that's gonna shift the tide. Like none of that is gonna really do anything. When you are literally in Nintendo country and you literally removing yourself from that, I don't see that, bro. Like this is my thing.
Makes no
Like
sense.
y'all look at xCloud and all of this shit like this is it's a built-in thing. Like everybody is down for it, and that's not the case. Like that's not the case, and y'all got to stop thinking like
I don't know. I don't know about that. Wait a minute.
It's not
There's a little bit
ready to
intricacy
cut
too.
Nintendo. You said what?
Now, are they just going to buy Sega, or are they going to acquire Sammy too? Because Sammy owns Sega.
Yeah, so they got to buy from him. They got to buy from him.
They're going to buy pachinko machines.
They'd have to acquire Sammy, the parent company.
They could do that.
Right.
I mean, I'm just saying for what T.
Can they do that?
Why couldn't they?
I'm pretty sure they can.
Why couldn't they? I mean, I don't think the acquisition is bad. I just think that the point is you have money from everywhere else. Like Zen's point with Bethesda was doing bad, bro. They just cost a lot because they got a lot, but they were doing bad. Sega under Sammy ain't doing bad, and Nintendo was like a breadwinner for them motherfuckers. So you gonna cut all of that out for a couple motherfuckers you hope that's gonna get a phone, and you think that these motherfuckers is xenophobic over there, bro. That X ain't gonna rock the way that y'all think that it's gonna rock, bro.
My question again is like,
it's more about xCloud in Japan than buying consoles.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. That's what I'm about to say. xCloud's gonna. Oh, go ahead, T. Go ahead.
Everybody has a phone over there.
If they acquire Sammy, would they going? Is Microsoft gonna start selling pachinko machines too? Like,
it's possible. It's possible.
What are they gonna do? I mean,
it's
Sammy, that's a big part of their business.
Well,
they could
that's just it, isn't it?
Out from them and not actually buy the entire company.
Because of the ZeniMax acquisition, they didn't just acquire Bethesda and the game studios and so forth. ZeniMax had other holdings as well, and this is what people don't know because we live in a certain ethos, right? We live in the gaming space. So all we care about as gamers are the gaming things. But what if I told you that ZeniMax had holdings in insurance? They had holdings in film. They had holdings in things in sports teams that have nothing to do with gaming. But Microsoft still bought them, and now they own those holdings as well. What they're going to do with it, I don't know. Frankly, I don't care. Because, again, we are gamers. So,
holdings is different, though. Holdings is different than actually having business like Sammy does.
Well, yeah, like the pachinko machines and stuff,
Right.
Yeah.
So
I don't know what they do. Honestly speaking,
I don't know. You could,
so I guess
your own portfolio. There's stuff they could do with that, but.
So I guess back to will it be a good fit? It's kind of hard to tell because look at the major changes Microsoft is having right now, and if you look at the amount of we're not just talking about Xbox, we're talking about the whole entire ecosystem with Steam. With the Microsoft Windows Store, with the xCloud, with the Xbox, Microsoft want to reach a lot of people. That's why I'm saying it's kind of hard to judge that, even though it looks good on paper for them to, for Sega to continuously and support, everybody continuously be a third-party company because their games sell well on Nintendo and PlayStation, so especially the Persona series and the Yakuza series, but at the end of the day, Microsoft is not all about Xbox no more. They're branching out to everybody, and just if you think about Japan with xCloud, in which is going to launch early next year, like they are basically trying to compete with the Nintendo Switch. If you think about it, and they are a
but
mobile.
It gotta make sense for Sega to want to do it too.
They are a mobile first. Let's be real. They are mobile first in Japan, and yes, you are right. They can be a xenophobic because they Japan first. But if they make the right moves, matter of fact, I will talk about the Xbox sales because they said sold out, whatever. We don't know how many Xbox that they ship, but they making the right moves. Will it pay off? I think it's gonna pay off in the West, but will it pay off in the East? We don't know. But from what's going on, like I see a lot of good things. But would it be a good acquisition? I think so because we're not just talking about Xbox. We're talking about the Xbox ecosystem. If you want to talk about sales,
Right.
then we can talk about PlayStation, Nintendo. Their game it sells well over there. But if we talking about getting a lot of people to play on Game Pass, in which that is the main focus of Microsoft, they don't give a damn about how many copies of games they sell. It's about Game Pass. What's up, man?
To build off what you're saying, right? I want to jump on that real quick.
Yeah.
And I was going to save this until we got into the Bethesda conversation proper, but I think this is the more appropriate place to insert this, is that, again, because all of us here, some of us have moved to PC, right, Alex? And some have stayed traditional on console, but again, we have a console mindset. This is how we grew up. This is how we spent most of our lives so long as we've been gaming. So we have a frog in the well mentality, and by that I mean we only see the well. We don't understand, we don't see that there's a whole world beyond the well. Console gaming, the console space, that install base, is only roughly 200 million or so, right? Of the approaching 3 billion people who play games worldwide. This is the very reason why Microsoft is doing what they're doing and expanding beyond the box. This is the exact same reason why Sony, despite being the king of the ring in that very small ring of 200 million, this is why they too are expanding beyond by using Microsoft's Azure servers to do whatever they're going to do, however they're going to approach it. This is the exact same reason why the Sony president, not my words, he said it, said that console gaming, the console space is niche. And then all the ponies got mad at him and they started saying, oh, well, that's a Japanese interview because he didn't say that. It's a botched translation. And then when it came out on the English side, we realized it wasn't a botched translation. They tried changing the narrative and be like, no, that's definitely not what he meant, and tried applying different narratives and different meanings to what he said. Nah, the dude said what he said. This is the exact same reason why we saw leaked slides from the investor meetings that claimed that Sony PlayStation is going to try selling games to people with or without a PlayStation 5 console. There's only one thing all of this means. And I've been trying to tell people that for close to 4 years now, but nobody listens to Zen. Not until the shit hits the fan and things start happening. They are expanding. The console market is small. Even though PlayStation has ruled in this space for the last 4 generations, more or less, they won 3 of them, getting over 100 million sales in terms of units. That's half of the entire install base of the console space, but it's nothing compared to the PC space, compared to the mobile space. That is why they're going and they're doing the things that they are. We, as console gamers, we need to stop thinking so small. It's small-minded. And I don't blame anyone for thinking that way because this is all we know. Frog in the well. This is all we know. But we need to understand the world of gaming is not us. It's not only us. We are the ass end of gaming.
Billions upon billions of people owns mobile devices, cell phones, tablets.
But we're not saying that they can't expand. That's not what the issue is. The issue is that people feel like this shit is like this is a beginning kind of thing, bro. And this is what people not understanding. So like when you starting something like the streaming thing, you know, with Google going, Amazon just jumped in. Y'all looking at it as like this is a pre-built thing. Yes, you're starting small, bro. Yes, you are. Like I get what you're saying, and I'm not disagreeing with what you're saying, having to grow outside of that. But yes, every company or everybody doesn't jump in knee deep. Just like every Xbox motherfucker is not gonna jump in knee deep. Like it's just not the case.
Yeah, I know that. Now, secondly, the second part of that is that when it comes to competition, Xbox, Microsoft, they're competing with Nintendo Switch and with PlayStation and Sony in the console space. But it's like that's one arm of an octopus. It's just one of the 8. Really and truly, Microsoft is competing with Google. They're competing with Stadia. They're competing with Amazon and Luna, which is announced this week, right?
Stadia ain't competing.
Right, that's who they're competing with because that's where gaming is going. That's the direction it's going in, and Sony recognizes that. So that's why they're scrambling now to get in as well. So you need to expand because if you stay just traditionally console, you're going to be doomed to only get a select amount of 200 million. That's it.
I've been saying
millions available.
I tell people all the time that my students, they don't care about all these those kids will come to class with their cell phone and a game controller, and they're very happy just playing like that. And I try to tell people that all the time. Is like the future is not going to be on a box tied to your TV. The future is your mobile device. That's one of the reasons the Switch does so well. With all its faults, people love the fact that they can take that bitch anywhere and play it. And that's it's the same thing with your mobile.
Yeah,
device,
we some of us have been around since the 80s playing games, man. We played all through the 80s, we played all through the 90s, the 2000s, the 2010s. So what we know is the box below the TV. That's what we know.
Right.
But in a way, doesn't that make us just like our parents? Where they didn't know what we were doing when we were kids and we were growing up, right? And they looked at it like, what is this newfangled bullshit? Right? And we were laughing at them like, man, hey, this is the future, moms. This is the future, pops. This is what I'm talking about.
So basically,
is that we're old head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Nick, you got anything on it? You've been quiet playing that Switch, man.
Yeah, motherfucker eating tacos.
He's playing the future.
He's playing the future. What's up, Nick? You been quiet.
You talking
your ass up.
Let you guys go, man. You had a whole thing going on there.
Well, you can chime in, man. Like you making me look bad. It's like you purpose. It's like you forcing yourself to be there so you could be the white guy, the only white guy. Be like you be like, oh, okay, yeah. Here's your white guy. I'm here. Okay.
All right, let's make it awkward there, real.
Hang on. There's something in the chat I want to address real quick. I can't see the name because I'm real far from my TV because I got it on my TV and I'm on my phone right here. Somebody, I can't make the name out, says Microsoft been shook of Stadia. Quit capping.
What? Is that CBL?
Was afraid of Stadia?
That has to be CBL.
Yeah, that's CBL.
That has to be CBL.
Dude, Stadia already lost to Luna. It's already over.
Oh, that's CBL? Oh, yeah.
We know how.
That. Yeah. I thought it was somebody new. I'm like, what?
The only Stadia guy I know is
His name in the Discord.
Amazon Luna for a second here. Amazon Luna came out and did everything that Stadia should have did at launch.
Right.
They did everything right. They got 100 games ready to go. It's only $5.99 a month, and you can play in 4K.
Man.
And I believe it's available on iOS too.
Like started with everything Google said to get to eventually.
Exactly, and they have Twitch integration. How the hell did they come out like a year after Stadia, and they're already ahead of Stadia?
Go ahead, Nick. Go ahead.
Do you want to know why, Alex? Google. That's why.
We forgot to get Nick. We got to get Nick on this one. Come on, Nick.
Nick hates any sport of streaming.
Come on, Nick. Go ahead. I'm trying to get you on.
He's frozen or something.
I thought we were talking about the. Can you guys?
Yeah. We were talking about the Sega and Xbox. Yeah.
I thought you guys were still talking about the Sega acquisition.
Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah. Talk about Sega.
Yeah.
Like, I don't really care if they buy Sega or not because I'm not gonna get anything out of Sega that I want. I mean, hey, I'm glad they announced some Virtua Fighter in some form, but it's probably just going to be a remastered 5 that they're going to shove into the esports scene now.
I think they said it's a reboot.
I mean, I love
something to do with esports, though.
Yeah, I'm saying they're going to probably remaster 5 and shove that shit into the esports to give me a 6 like I've been wanting. There's a ton of games from Sega I want, but they're not going to come out with. Don't matter who owns them. Am I going to see Skies of Arcadia 2 if Microsoft buys them? No.
Maybe.
It's not gonna happen.
Dude, we got Battletoads. We have Battletoads. I'm just saying, you will get games that you might not have
I
gotten games
fucking
before.
won't between Battletoads games, though. Seriously. But I'm just like...
Because Sega's too broke to make games for
Damn.
that they don't think will sell well.
That's messed up.
Hey, that's just
Yeah.
hey,
owned by
that's not my
Activision.
words. That's their
They shouldn't
words.
even
They
be
said
broke
they,
anymore. They
they
have
won't
money, man.
make
They're
the
owned
game
by
unless they're
companies
guaranteed to
that
get
give
2
them
million
money.
sales. They said that, not me. So like they don't have the money to take risks. If they're purchased by Microsoft, they have
where's
money
my
to take
Virtual
risks.
Fighter 6? Where's my Virtual Cop 3? Where's my...
You need a light gun.
Sega is 3 or 4 IPs away from being Konami.
I played that game to death on the Saturn with the controller. Don't give me that.
Yeah, get out of here. That's not the real experience.
Hey, real.
Yo.
Can we hit this Bethesda topic so I can get the fuck out of here? 'Cause
Hold
my-
on, nigga. Oh, you got to go.
I told you I had
I
a
told
good
you that
hour,
from the
nigga.
beginning, bro.
Damn, man. All right, let's go get to
Yeah,
the
I
fuck.
told you that shit from the beginning.
Okay. It's Nick finished. We got to get him on. We got to get. Okay, you
Yeah,
finished.
I'm good. That's pretty much all.
All right, we got to get him on. I don't want him suing me, man. He's the only white guy here. He's gonna sue me.
He be out here talking shit. I'm trying to have a good woman to get
Man.
married too. You don't want nobody else to be.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
All right, so
Wow.
okay, let's go ahead, go to the fuckery, man. Go to the fuckery. Xbox the best box. Fuck you, Sony ass ponies, man. All y'all do is fucking cry all goddamn motherfucking day. Remember when Sony acquired that Insomniac Games, y'all was hoorah all over the internet all goddamn day, all goddamn week with these crying Xbox faces. Those memes all over YouTube and freaking Twitter, just making fun of Xbox fanboys. Oh, now the tables had turned. Microsoft they bitch slapped freaking Sony with their goddamn wallets, and a lot of Sony ponies is crying. Jack Moo Johnny and what's the other BG? They are actually giving Microsoft praises in which we never seen before. I think Jack Moo Johnny he probably will going to get an Xbox and dish out the fuck you to Sony, because right now they like I'm not saying that Sony's not going to do too well. They're going to do well because they got their great exclusives, their great games. They still got their fan base. But as far as making fun of Microsoft, this whole entire, they don't got no goddamn games no more. No, put that shit to the put it to the rest, man. It's over, dude. It's over. So all I gotta say, Chris, Xbox the best box. Go ahead. Xbox the best box.
And okay, so let me know. Let me say this too, because I'm gonna get Zen on this too. You see how you went ahead and you threw your hands up.
I was just fucking with you, man.
Well, no, wait. Let me.
Okay, go ahead.
See how you threw your hands up, because I was just about to ask you. So you think they're gonna pull a dub? But what did you go ahead and do? I'm not gonna say they're gonna get the dub. I'm not gonna say they're gonna get the dub. But I'm just saying, because you know goddamn well, bro. And I'm not saying it wasn't a good move, because I was the first motherfucker that was like, I think I brought that. I might have been the one that brought that shit to the chat. I was like, damn, they got Bethesda, big move. Like I told Zen, it's a good move. It's only massive because it was like, damn, you bought a publisher. But then when you look at who it is, it's like, damn, it makes sense because y'all butt buddies anyway. So what was the difference? That was the thing with like Insomniac and PlayStation. It's like, yeah, that's big, but you can see it because y'all butt buddies anyway. Like, even like when Todd Howard was saying in the interview, he was just like, when they was saying like his employees was like, well, who bought us? He was like, Microsoft. And they was like, oh, of course. Because there was no, like, to them, it's like, well, we friends with them anyway. We real cool. And I agree, big move. You got massive IPs. You definitely got a bunch of games. You definitely got some talented studios out of that. So on my other hand of that, in which I want Zen to answer on this too. So now, because you got every fucking advantage, you got the strongest system, you got the most affordable system, you got Game Pass, you got the most studios, you here and you there, you on phones, you on tablets, you everywhere. So what does that say if you don't pull a dub over the station this gen, bro? What does that mean for you? I don't want to hear no more about you started off the gen poorly, because Sony is the one who got the messed up messaging here. So if you go ahead and you get everything you possibly want from these niggas and you still take a fucking L, what does that mean? Because now it ain't no excuse.
Well, my question is what Zen was saying. Now, you can probably roll in right at what I'm saying here. I think the thinking is going to have to change. So, yeah, there's a possibility that PlayStation will sell more boxes than Xbox will. But does that mean they won? Because you're going to be buying those Xbox games on Game Pass everywhere. So who is going to be like who made more money? Like, I think the thinking will have to kind of change on that because, like Zen was saying, the future, what Microsoft is trying to do, they're trying to get their future is Game Pass. So you're going to get Game Pass on your phone, on your Xbox, your computer. So how do you gauge that? You know, like how do you can't gauge that in the same way you gauge, oh, they sold this many units of boxes. I'm gonna have to look at who making the money.
So keeping that.
Now T is absolutely correct there, but G-Rock knows my answer to this question. I don't know why he's asking. Oh, I know because we live you want me to answer live, right? You know exactly my answer to this question, my guy. You know it because I've told it to you.
Yeah, because Zen
for
don't believe
4 years.
Yeah, Zen don't believe it. I'm not saying it's I'm not saying it's a bad move at all. I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
I wholeheartedly agree with you. It's a great move. They've been doing amazingly. My only thing with that is, see, like Real did, you can't bring me, oh, we sold out here, we sold out here, we sold out there. No, you can't play that shit. Because if you're going to stay in the lane, if you're going to bring sales, when they come back
whoa. Hey. See, you conflating Real's position with mine. Have you seen me put up in the chat anything about sales, my dude?
But I know why you didn't know. Because you know
exactly
goddamn well.
Because I'm smarter than that.
You're right. Because you know goddamn well. Because you know goddamn well. That's what I'm saying. Is I definitely agree with you. And
hey man, I didn't spend 7 years getting to know you by accident. All right.
Oh, yeah.
I know exactly how to play your game.
I don't forget shit. I'm not saying I definitely agree with what you and T are saying too, and I agree with what Microsoft is doing. Because realistically, from the position they at, Nintendo and PlayStation have been here long enough, bro. Like, it's really hard. It is really, really fucking hard to get people to come off of Nintendo or PlayStation because they have to genuinely fuck up really badly for people to leave the platform. They gotta fuck up. Like, gotta pull a PS3 or a Wii U. It gotta be that bad. But then, like, if you're not, even if you're not, like, Microsoft did the right thing. I'm just saying for, like, my nigga Real, who, you know, they number one here, they number one there. Then when I went ahead and was like, yo, what happened, bro? That my nigga Real was like, hey, bro, I don't live in this chat, bro. I don't know, bro.
Wait a minute. Are you throwing me under the bus? What this at? Oh, wait a minute.
Right here. I want to take this point here. And G-Rock, you know this too. Bruh, I have evolved beyond the Zen that, you know, people know from my YouTube days, you know, in the years in between, man. Look, and you know that too, G-Rock. So you know this is not a lie. You know, I'm not fronting for an audience. I don't care about sales, my guy.
Yeah,
I really don't.
I know you don't.
Game Pass changed my goddamn life. Okay, I am a Game Pass stan. Now ask Alex; he'll tell you, right? This shit is amazing. So far in 2020, I have saved something close to $400 or $500 because I'm just not buying any games. I'm just renting. I'm paying for the subscription. It has changed my life. So as a result, it has changed and evolved my mindset from, you know, these sales and these things are important and for the companies and, you know, they mean anything to me, to I don't give a goddamn how much money they make or don't make. Just keep putting games on Game Pass because it's making me happy as a consumer.
And I'm not
you know that.
And again, and as a PlayStation dude, you never hear me say Game Pass is bad. I always in the first person like Game Pass is dope.
Yeah.
Game Pass is fire. I keep it 100 all the time. I'm just saying you can't come to me and say, oh, it's about who made the most money. Then try to flash, oh, we number one. Then you get outsold by a goddamn headset. It don't work that way, bro. You got to pick a fucking lane and you got to fucking stay there.
Oh, well, okay. You talking to Real, not to me.
Wait a minute. I'm not all, like I told y'all, I'm not all up in these console wars, man. It's all. Wait a minute. No. Look. I'm not gonna lie. Yes, I've been running wild and rampant this week. I'm running wild and rampant this week because I'm giving the ponies the taste of their own medicine. But y'all know me. Y'all know me at the end. Look. Wait a minute. I don't be on Twitter like you, Alex. Now, I do not be on Twitter with console wars all day. But no, I ain't gonna lie. This week, I was feeling myself this week because I hate fucking ponies. I can't stand them. That's why I did what I did. But at the end, look.
Bethesda, you was the pony.
Exactly.
Man, y'all know I be tripping, man. What y'all talking about? Y'all knew this whole time I always been an Xbox dude. So
I usually reserve this saying for, but I'm gonna use it on you. You ain't loyal.
I'm sure right. but at the end of the day,
for a reason, he needed some bot backup. So I'm not gonna throw him under the bus and leave him alone. So
let me put on my front boy cap real quick. You ain't gonna leave me alone. Okay. So basically, y'all know from the start that I've been mostly an Xbox fan. I've been telling y'all this shit for years. Y'all knew how this generation's been fucked for the Xbox One. I did my rent videos. I was upset with them, but at the end of the day, they has always been my preferred console of choice. It's not like I got so pissed off at Xbox that I played all my third-party games on PlayStation. Let's be real. Majority of video games is third-party. It's the truth. It's not like I jumped ship and went over to Sony. The only games I play on PlayStation is their exclusives, and I like their exclusives. They got really great exclusives. But as far as
are you a blood or you a crip, bro? Because you can't.
Oh, there we go, nigga.
Everybody keeps like when they keep running through. You can't say swoop and then say cool.
There we go.
You hanging with the game or Snoop Dogg, bro? Which one?
Nigga, hey, right now.
You bang in 1 minute, you trying to be a pacifist.
I guess right now.
Exactly.
Right now.
Let me give you some advice, my guy. Do what I did, bro. Just back off and just be the consumer.
The consumer, Jesus
back
Christ,
off, man.
Back off from like I'm still trying to understand where this is going, but. Like I say, man, yes, this week I've been feeling myself because I wanted the Xbox brand to do a lot better. Because let's be real, they've been trash this generation. They've been trash. So yes,
you say this too, bro. You say this too, because I'll even keep it 100. Any fucking PlayStation guy who is fucking hating on them buying Bethesda, use a hoe ass nigga because you teased them all fucking generation about not having games, and now they doing what the fuck they supposed to do, and now you mad about it. As a pony nigga, I would want everybody to be happy, but if Phil had any kind of fucking spine, he would make sure that shit don't hit a PlayStation because fuck them niggas. And the same thing I've said to Zen, it is not my job to take it like when they were talking about PlayStation. It's not Sony's job. It's not Microsoft's job to take care of anybody who not in their damn ecosystem. I don't owe you shit. Especially because you was sitting up there clowning my ass, calling me all kind of shit. Hell no. You gonna come over to Xbox or PC or you don't even play Elder Scrolls. That's the case.
I don't think they will. I don't think Microsoft will lock all that stuff to because they're not interested in just selling you a box. They want that service. And if you guys want to pay $70 for the games they're giving the Xbox fans for free, for $15 a month, then go ahead. Why wouldn't Microsoft take that money? I would take it.
I don't know, man. I think like if it was all about just getting the Game Pass deal, they wouldn't have bought the studios.
No. That's what I'm saying. Why wouldn't they continue to sell those games on other platforms?
Move over to Game Pass, like.
Oh, well, that's easy. 2 reasons. What Alex just said. They want you to move over to Game Pass. They want you in their ecosystem.
Yeah.
And then secondly, while on a one business perspective, it would make sense to send the games over to the larger install base on console.
Yeah.
Every game that sells on PlayStation, Microsoft then has to give PlayStation a 30% cut of that game.
So I guess
why would they do that?
Hey, G-Rock, are you still going since you said you're about to leave? Are you about to leave?
Well, they said
it's the same reason. It's the same reason for fucking Minecraft because the install base is that.
No. You gotta remember Minecraft was already on PlayStation though when they acquired them.
Minecraft's already there.
I mean,
it's the same thing with that that online game.
Elder Scrolls Online.
Whoa! Wait a minute. Again, we're not talking Doom, Wolfenstein. I can see. Again, like that's why the games we're talking about. Games. I'm not talking Doom and Wolfenstein, the design and all that shit. I'm talking about. If they gonna put anything anywhere else, it'll be Elder Scrolls. It'll probably be Fallout.
It's not gonna happen. They're trying to sell Game Pass.
That's not gonna happen.
It defeats the purpose of selling Game Pass.
Let him finish.
Go ahead. Okay, go ahead.
So here's what I'm trying to say.
All right.
Again, you're gonna go ahead if you're putting games anywhere. What was the point of doing it for fucking Minecraft? Because you could have did that shit anywhere too. These games exist elsewhere. They exist across so many different platforms, even Nintendo. So again, if you're gonna
Okay,
recoup the money,
let me
I'm
answer.
sorry. Are you solely getting that just from Elder Scrolls on Game Pass? I don't care if it doesn't come to PlayStation 5. I'm just asking.
Let me answer your question real quick. I'm gonna break it down by games, right? Somebody just said, yeah, they said they're gonna go case by case basis, and that's true.
Yeah.
So games that are already multi-platform, Elder Scrolls Online, there's another one. There's another one, but I forgot what it is. But games that are ongoing, Fallout 76, games that are ongoing, and things like that, MMOs, those are gonna stay there because cutting them off doesn't make sense. So they're gonna continue getting new updates whenever there are new updates. You're gonna continue getting patches and so forth and support. That's not going to change. When it comes to the others, I think they're going to keep them within the ecosystem because the point is to bring you into the Xbox ecosystem. If you were an Elder Scrolls fan in yesteryear, now all of a sudden you have this conundrum you have to solve. Oh, they just took Elder Scrolls from me. I'm a PlayStation gamer. What do? I gotta go into the ecosystem, and they made getting into the ecosystem easier than it has ever been in history.
Yep.
Via your phone, you can build a PC, or you can get an Xbox. That is entirely up to you. But you have to get into the ecosystem because that's where they're going to make the money. Now, that's just a theory, and I could be wrong.
Okay,
if I'm wrong, I'm a big enough man to admit it.
That was going to be my next question. That was going to be my next question was, okay, so if you're wrong and they take $70 from every fucking body, then what do you say?
If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'll admit I'm wrong. You know that.
That's what don't get it twisted.
You're still
like
getting
that.
the bread either way.
I think that's what they should do. What you just said, Zen. I think that's what they should do. I'm just not sure they will do it. That's
now.
my thing.
I don't think they're going to spend $7.5 billion to keep putting games on.
If there is a console,
that's basically supposed to be the next subject. To
games.
be honest, that's really the next
It'll be
subject.
I think you guys are all
going to be
wrong,
the Switch.
bro.
It's not going to be the PlayStation.
Go.
If anything,
you guys are all off.
You
What's
work
up?
for Microsoft. I forgot.
What's up, King Thrash? What's up? What you got? What you got?
What's up, y'all? How y'all doing, man?
We're good.
Chilling. You know what it is. What's up, chat? What's up, Rudo? All y'all? How y'all doing? Nice conversation. Great conversation. I'm mad that I haven't got notifications from y'all, man. Like I usually come and watch. I usually come through, chill with y'all and watch, but I didn't
YouTube trying to kill my channel. They
happened to
Google,
scroll
man.
through.
Google.
They killed
That's
my
what it
channel.
is.
Not great.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is. I ain't gonna lie. They doing the same thing to mine sometimes. But you guys are so off, and I feel bad because I think I'm probably the only gamer who really know what's going on.
Oh, there we go.
Here, man.
There we go.
No,
There we go.
and I'm not. It's not even bragging. I'm telling you, like, look, I have a series of documentaries that I put out based on this generation's consoles, right? Mainly Microsoft because they're the most storied gaming console of this generation. Period. Right? Let me ask you a question. Like you guys said 7.5 billion, right? That's what Microsoft spent to acquire ZeniMax, right? But that number is not the telling number. The telling number is how much it's going to cost to run and maintain ZeniMax. They have 2,300 employees that they are not going to fire. That they said they're not going to fire, on top of 2 and 3 AAA games that they're in the middle of developing that are still going to go on. So that number of 7.5 billion is just what they spent. But then you might as well add another, billion, 2 billion, and growing. You know what I'm saying? And they not to mention what they paid
Operating
out. They paid, everything, operating income, everything from operating income to even projections to marketing to everything. They took over everything for all and maintaining games like Skyrim in them, right? The online games that they have currently running on all consoles and platforms and stuff like that, right?
Yep.
Now, where I think gamers are messing up. First of all, they're not going to spend 7.5 billion and then take on the actual company's expenses and then make it exclusive to a console that has only 50 million players. It's just not business savvy at all. And it's not like Microsoft. And it's not even about this. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all is there's a new war going on. We think it's the console war when Microsoft has left that already. Phil Spencer said it himself earlier last year. At the end of last year, he said that PlayStation and Nintendo are not the competition for the Xbox anymore. They're doing gaming their own way. Our competition is Amazon and Google, right? Any of y'all remember that?
Yeah.
Now, a lot of people are thinking that they bought Bethesda to compete with PlayStation because they were having problems, whatever. They put the date out. They talked about it right before their pre-orders went out, and everybody's like, "Oh, it's Xbox." No, what they really did was put it out before Amazon announced their streaming service. And then what you also got to realize is that they also announced them doing something with EA Play, right? That they're having that included in Games Pass. What Amazon is doing, they have a deal with Uplay, with Ubisoft, to run with their game and streaming service. Now, what you also got to understand is EA Play. Microsoft and EA Play are. EA was in the runnings to buy ZeniMax a couple of years ago, right? If y'all didn't know, they was in the runnings for that, but they've always ran together. What Microsoft did was they went and they bought Bethesda before Amazon did. You see, like let me put it like this. There was news recently that Apple wasn't allowing xCloud on its iOS services, right? Apple was like, hell no. But Amazon is where? They would Apple
on iOS. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the new war that they're having right now. They're buying up as much as they can for these streaming services to be bolstered, and it's gonna come down to whoever has their own company. As far as especially a streaming service, they're gonna start combining them. And I'm gonna say this to y'all niggas right now. PlayStation PS Now might be teaming up with Microsoft to go up against Amazon and Apple. Pretty soon, I mean, Apple. Look, put it also like this: Amazon is connected with Twitch, right? They own Twitch. Yes. They bought Twitch, so we know that was their direction before they even came out. They wanted some kind of structure in gaming. You got Stadia, right? And Stadia owns YouTube. Microsoft got rid of Mixer. That was their bid to have their own kind of streaming type of thing going with them. But they got rid of it because they couldn't afford it or whatever the hell happened with that company, and they gave it to Facebook. And they in close contention now with Facebook. In fact, they basically had their Mixer guys basically go to Facebook's streaming service, right? So they're going to be that's going to be their home base for their streaming service. Not to mention the Oculus and Facebook buying Oculus, and they're close with that. So more than likely, you probably see some VR games from Oculus to that. It's in a two-sided war between these Western billion-dollar companies who don't really put in for these gaming stuffs, but they want to get in and do it using third-party developers and barely putting out their own stuff. Stadia been out for a year and only put out one game made by them, right?
Yep.
And then Amazon, they're coming out with nothing but third-party games. Microsoft, their advantage, while Stadia has YouTube and Amazon has Twitch, Microsoft's big advantage is their exclusive games. You can't play Gears and all that unless that's their games. They're big games, as big or not, if not bigger than some of the most of the third-party games on all platforms as far as the streaming services go. So they bought Bethesda not only to bolster that, but they bought them because they didn't want Amazon to buy it. They didn't want Google to buy them. Right. So they bought them. It was a move towards them. And what make it even worse is, like, we worried about Sony, and Sony don't even want parts of it. They've already came out and said they don't want parts of it by saying that it's not viable for them, and it's not. It's not something they can make money off of because it's a long game, not a short game. Sony can't afford the long game of going into debt to go full in on services while they're number one in console native hardware. So what's truly going to happen is none of these games are going to go exclusive unless Sony says so. That's why he said case by case basis. Because Sony is going to allow some shit, and they're not going to allow some shit. It's been happening already. It's already on record of Microsoft trying to give Sony Master Chief Collection earlier in the year, and they said no. Or in this generation, and they said no to it. But they said, yeah, we'll keep Minecraft because that makes that money. Period. So it's all about what makes money and what doesn't. But more than likely, all these Bethesda games are going to stay on PlayStation. They're going to be $70 or $60. The price ain't going to depend. It's going to depend on what Microsoft wants to sell it for. Some games are $60 right now on the PS5, and some games are $70. So it all depends on what Microsoft is going to do with it. And then these games also going to go to Games Pass. And the last kicker, the number one last kicker is that a lot of these games may come out exclusive to Games Pass, to where Xbox owners won't even get them unless they get a Games Pass. So that's and I'm trusting me. I'm looking at the official, like the meetings that they had, all this stuff. They put it for the public to see, and I read through all of that shit. And when they bought this, let me ask you a question. When they bought this, who do you think they brought up most? Game Pass or Xbox?
Game Pass.
Of course, it's Game Pass. That's their a big selling point.
All day.
This whole Game Pass, everyone.
It's for Games Pass. Xbox is in the back burner. You can even tell by the marketing when they show off Xbox and Games Pass. They always have Xbox behind like the TV Game Pass is number one. Yeah, that's the future of what they want to do. They have already left the console space. They're going after this new market that they can probably be number one in. They have a chance. Let's face it, they don't have a chance to be number one in console gaming. They just don't. It's not in there. They just don't have it. If they had it, they would have done it already with the 360 and it would have stayed with the Xbox One. They want to make more long-term money, but it takes long-term debt to do so. They won't be in debt. They're too rich, but they're going to spend billions and literal billions of dollars. The estimated worth of this year, in 2021, the estimated revenue worth is $200 billion. So they're like, fuck it, we'll spend $20 billion to get. If we get 10%, we'll get that $20 billion back just in 1 year. You know what I'm saying? We'll spend $20 billion just straight up on whatever we're gonna buy, and we'll get that back if we only get 10%. And if we tackle this $3 billion market, I mean these 3 billion gamers they keep talking about, that's 3 billion gamers. If they get 50 million of those, they'll make that 200 billion back, depending on how much they want to charge for what.
Oh, so right now that's my thought. 200 million.
Oh, okay. No, you make some strong points. So I can agree with a lot of this stuff, but it's some stuff I still disagree. But Alex, you want to say so? What you got? No, don't get me wrong, King Thatch. You do make a lot of sense. You do make a lot of sense.
No. Yeah, of course.
What happened?
I want to hear this. That's why I came on here.
Okay, I appreciate it. Alex, you want to say something? What you got, man?
Oh yeah, they're not going to put these games on PlayStation. Not a lot.
Go ahead. Okay, explain why.
Absolutely, the whole Game Pass thing is true. They're fighting. They're not interested in fighting Nintendo and Sony. They've moved beyond that. They've already said that. We all know that. Game Pass is their future. They are preparing to fight. Really, you don't need to prepare to fight Stadia because they're fucking worthless. But they're worried about Amazon because Amazon and Luna is an actual legitimate threat. Bezos has more money than God. He can buy any studio he wants at any time he wants.
Got that Wakanda money.
Yeah, he's got Wakanda money.
Shit.
So, like, Luna is a legitimate threat. It can be if Amazon takes it seriously and they start buying up studios. So, yes, Microsoft buying up Bethesda is a power play for Game Pass. Of course, it's also to bolster their exclusive lineup and to help Xbox because the entire generation, their biggest issue is exclusive games. So that solves a lot of their issues. It also solves their big issue of not having single-player narrative-driven games.
That's what I was about to bring up.
One of the best in the world at single-player narrative-driven games. So that fixes a huge problem for Xbox. But of course, it's all about Game Pass. They want you to get to Game Pass. Them putting their games on PlayStation does not help Game Pass. So they're not going to put their games on
unless
PlayStation.
Sony allows it, in which I doubt.
Right.
Sony doesn't determine where the games go. If Xbox doesn't want to put their game on PlayStation, that's how it is.
Let me ask you a question though. Like, how does it hurt Game Pass?
How does it hurt Game Pass?
Like putting their games on there. How does it hurt? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
There's less people going to Game Pass. Like, what do you mean? If it's on PlayStation.
In order to go to Games Pass, you would need to buy an Xbox, right?
Correct. And if the game goes to PlayStation, what incentive is there to go to Xbox and get Game Pass? Zero.
You don't necessarily need you don't need an Xbox to get a Game Pass.
You're making $15. You're making $15 a month on a consoles whose installed base is going to be bigger than yours, right? And on top of that, you're going to have all types.
That's if they put Game Pass on PlayStation. That's a different story. There is no Game Pass.
No, they won't.
PlayStation. Yeah,
they won't. That's what I'm saying. Because they won't. these games will be full price on PlayStation, including.
But that doesn't benefit their objective of increasing Game Pass.
It doesn't. Like that's what I'm trying to figure out because we're in this new era where people are like, anti-exclusive. So I want everything to be on my box, but that's not how business works. You don't sell McNuggets at Burger King because you want them to come to McDonald's for your McNuggets. So I don't understand why people don't realize that if you don't have that exclusive thing to build up your numbers, then what is the point of even spending all this money?
You don't spend $7.5 billion for the sole purpose of increasing Game Pass by putting out on a platform that doesn't have Game Pass. That doesn't make any sense.
Okay. So why is Minecraft on PlayStation?
Because it was already on there. It was already on there when
it was already on everything.
Wait, Minecraft Dungeons wasn't.
I don't think it's on Play. Is it on PlayStation? Minecraft Dungeons?
It is. It is. If they were going to stop, if they were going to stop giving it, and they want to increase Games Pass, then they wouldn't have put Minecraft Dungeons on PlayStation.
Yeah, they would because
that's
Minecraft
a unique case because they're going to continue to support those games that are already there, even with the smaller titles like Minecraft Dungeons, because it's part of Minecraft. So they're still going to put it on there.
So what are they going to take away from PlayStation?
They're going to take away the other single player games and the other bigger IPs.
Why would they keep Minecraft there and then take away? They spend less money on Minecraft, so why would they keep Minecraft there, but then take away the games that you have already on PlayStation? Who has a group of people, who has a fan? Also, they know they have people there.
So why would Sony
like that game? So why take it away?
Okay, I got a question. I got a question. That's
the point. Yeah.
So, all right. We got to go one at a time because we just going over each other. So basically, my thoughts on this is just we all got our own differences and whatever. But I guess coming from me, yes, you make some good points, King Thrash. But Microsoft is looking at the long game, and the long game is getting as many systems in front of people, either it's Xbox, mobile, or PC. Like, yes, they even said the competition is Amazon and Google, whatever, but at the end of the day, will Sony put Insomniac games on Xbox or Windows 10 store or on xCloud? No, it's not going to happen. With this rumor that they're going to have Metal Gear Solid Remaster, so will they put that on Xbox? Because if they not, then it would be a shady move for Microsoft to put all their games, Bethesda games, really big games, on PlayStation. That is 100% Xbox property. Because if you do that, the fans gonna probably feel that they got slapped in the face. Be like, what's the point of buying this console if I can still play it on PlayStation? But at the end, and he gone. But at the end of the day, at the end of the day, it's all about Game Pass, and that's all what Microsoft has been talking about. Game Pass, Game Pass, Game Pass, Game Pass. If they put it on,
one thing though, any of us could be wrong, man, but the day Game Pass ends up on PlayStation, then you're gonna see all those games on PlayStation.
Yeah,
that's all about.
No. If it does
benefit Game Pass by putting games on a platform that doesn't have Game Pass.
The only way that I will see those games on PlayStation, it's gonna be a time exclusive. It's gonna be on Xbox, xCloud, and PC.
Like that.
That's the only way that I will see that, because right now Microsoft is focused on installing their fan base. Why would they go on the competitors that's been kicking their ass for 3 generations and put those really popular games on their machine? That does not make sense at all. That's what I'm coming from.
There's 110, 115 million PS4 owners. That's a huge install base. They're trying to get to move over to Game Pass.
But with those games
on PS4 does not move those people over to Game Pass.
But with the whole case by case, like that could be anything. That could be smaller games like Microsoft
case by case is stuff like that exclusive game Deathloop. They have
Deathloop and Ghostwire Tokyo.
PS5, Ghostwire Tokyo. Also still being exclusive to PS5. I think
they're going to honor those. That's not a problem. Yeah.
The only way that I see,
you see right away, right away, you already see evidence. You already see evidence of exclusivity to the Microsoft ecosystem, and that's with Starfield, which we haven't. It's a game we haven't really seen. We've just seen you just talked about it. Just showed you the name and a quick glimpse of the theme of the game, but nothing else besides. But it had a website. The website listed PC. The website listed Steam. It listed Xbox. It listed PlayStation. The PlayStation logo has disappeared. What do you think that means?
That means it's going to PlayStation.
No. I'm just trying to understand. Like, you see how Sony is trying to get a whole bunch of exclusives away from Xbox. I'm just looking at a pattern here. Why would they do that? It doesn't make sense. They're trying to make money for them.
If they're just looking for short-term money, yes, they'll put it on PlayStation because they will get $70 from each game. If their goal is a short-term goal of making money, sure, it'll go to PlayStation. But we all know their long-term goal is Game Pass.
Game Pass is a long-term
Game Pass is the goal because it's on PC, it's on Xbox, it's on mobile. That's how they hit all their markets. That's the only way they're making any dent is Japan. Is with Xbox because nobody's buying a fucking Xbox in Japan.
To me, it's very simple. It's like, why did you buy? Why did you pay for Disney Plus?
To put the shit on Netflix,
right? You want
to perfect example. Thank you. Thank you.
Why do you think
watch all those Marvel movies? You wanted to see the Mandalorian?
Isn't there anymore? Exactly.
Right. That's why you wanted that, right? That's why you buy it. So why would a company come out and buy all this stuff? And then put put Disney Plus movies on Netflix. That doesn't make any sense. You want to raise your numbers up for your subscription service, not somebody else's.
Right.
So
now, do I personally care if they put their games on PlayStation? No, not really. Either way, I'll get it on Game Pass. Like if they want
but hey man, look, listen, Microsoft spent $7.5 billion. We were supposed to believe Microsoft spent $7.5 billion in a major unprecedented acquisition just so that Sony could decide where to put their games.
That
doesn't make sense to me, bro.
Oh, well, actually, no, you're not gonna. What the fuck? Sony chooses where Xbox puts their games.
Yeah, they spent the money.
It doesn't make sense. $7.5 billion for
these guys. Real, I don't know.
$7.5 billion for another competitor to tell you what to do with your own stuff. Yes, I understand. Yeah. But that's the only thing I don't agree with King Thrash. But as far as the other stuff he was saying, he makes sense.
Yeah, all the streaming stuff is absolutely true. Like they're
just point on the other stuff. Yes,
we all know that. Yes.
Yeah.
Them buying Bethesda was a power play to make sure Amazon doesn't get the. We know this.
Matt, why do you think that Monday we heard about the Bethesda acquisition from Microsoft, and then was it today or was it yesterday? Today, right?
Yesterday.
Mm-hmm. Yesterday, Amazon comes out in the blue and says, "Hey, we got something called Luna over here." I am firmly in the belief that they wouldn't have said shit if Microsoft didn't announce Bethesda on Monday. They were like, "Oh shit. They're serious. Time to announce our shit before we lose momentum, right?"
Yeah.
We still didn't get nothing on Nick. Nick, why you been so quiet, man? Come on, chime in. What's up?
Shut up, man. You never give me a break to chime in.
Jesus Christ.
And Nick don't want to hear that shit.
This man is in 100% relaxed mode, man.
Let him know, Nick. Are these games coming to PlayStation?
Sleepless Nick, King Thrash go on, man.
Oh, man, that's rude. That's rude.
Uh-oh. What happened? Hold on. Oh my goodness, what the hell happened?
Okay, there he is.
No, I guess King Thrash called him. I guess he accidentally came out. He's trying to come back in. I'm not sure what's going on.
So, anyway, while I have a moment. I think it wouldn't make any sense whatsoever to put these bigger name games to go to the PlayStation or any place else.
Hold on, Nick. Hold on, Nick.
Company and then saying, the games can still go to our biggest competitor as far as Sony is. Now, I know. They're not really competing with Sony, but they still kind of are because a lot of people, I mean, like things like Zen says before, we know what's going on. Like we're aware of the things going on with the streaming services, who's doing this, who's doing that, but we're still a very small part of a greater whole. And a lot of people out there, all they know is Xbox versus PlayStation.
Yeah.
Like they're not going to know you can play Xbox games on your cell phone. Like you can do it now.
Yeah.
People don't know that. Like for the most part, you can sit there with your Xbox controller on your phone, which I have done, and it's actually pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. I actually bought an Xbox controller that I leave at work when I sometimes on my lunch break decide to play an Xbox game on my phone. So I've taken advantage of this. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it's a cool program.
People are probably looking at me like I hacked my damn phone.
Yeah.
Oh, you're muted, by the way, T. We can't hear you.
Yeah.
They're like, they're probably like, this motherfucker hacked his phone, play Xbox. What's going on? Like,
I was trying to say, my students all know that they play on their their phones, they play Game Pass and all that stuff. Every time, I hate Fortnite. A lot of my students love it.
But yeah, that's another thing. A lot of people
ask me
Fortnite when it comes to this.
Do I have an Xbox? They don't ask me. Most of my students, I would say 80% of them, want me to play Fortnite with them on Xbox. So a lot of that narrative is from older gamers who are in this console war, with thinking. But a lot of these young kids, they play Xbox. A lot of them, and because a lot of people were complaining. A lot of the older heads in the Xbox community complaining about these kind of kiddie-ish games or whatever, blah blah blah. That stuff has been working.
There's a reason they continue.
There's a reason they do that, because you get that younger audience in. You got to replay. That's why Nintendo's been doing that forever.
That's why Nintendo has the most loyal fan base of all time.
Right.
Yeah. Except the Wii U. But other than that, they have
they had the 3DS, so
that's true.
They were able to buffer themselves with the 3DS. So
that's where the real Nintendo.
Well, even though Amazon and Google, they brought the die pretty soon. Google and whatever, or Apple, if they decide to get to the gaming market, of course. Google, Apple, and Microsoft
already shit the bed with their thing.
But still, but they are still trillionaire company. They got money out.
I knew you were gonna go there, Real. I knew you were gonna go there. but what they don't have, even though they are a trillionaire company, they don't have what Sony has. Great talent. Even though they got more money than Nintendo, but they don't have what Nintendo has. Not even that. That's
great talent.
At
the end of the day, wait. That's not the problem. That's not even the problem with Google. The problem with Google is when it comes to their mindset, they are Xbox from 5 or 6 or 7 years ago, where they think Stadia is the side project. The budget for Stadia is probably so small. They can't do anything. Yes,
their budget was probably like Mixer budget.
Yeah, or Alphabet, the actual parent company, is definitely $1 trillion company or whatever, right? But the fact of the matter remains is that how much of that money are they willing to spend on Stadia, and actually willing to relegate the growing Stadia? I don't think it's much. That's the first problem.
Because we haven't seen much from them.
Yeah. The second problem is their business model sucks, man. And forget xCloud. Let's pretend xCloud didn't exist. Luna was just announced yesterday and completely blows Stadia out of the water in terms of how they approach the business already, right? It's crazy how they just did that. Stadia, you have to buy the game, but you have to stream the game. It's crazy. And there's a free library, but there's also a paid library. And in some cases, to get 4K, you need the Chrome dongle thing.
Yeah, that's a lot.
It's a mess.
And in other cases, you don't need it. It's a mess. It is an absolute mess. And anybody having faith in Google at this point, man, look, listen. Every single one of us in this call right now, around 6 or 7 years ago, we would have been doing this in Hangouts, right? Well, real still is because real.
Oh, there we go. There we go. There we go. There go the shade. There go the shade.
God damn.
Google is like the nail in so many coffins. Like once Google gets hold of it, man, it's done. It's like it's got
Yeah. I mean, what happened? What happened to the Facebook killer, huh? What happened to Google Plus?
What happened to YouTube? Look at YouTube.
Yeah, Google Plus is what ruined YouTube because they snatched it out of YouTube.
Yeah, that's what YouTube hasn't made money in 15 years. Did you know that? No.
That's insane.
YouTube is a failing business. Imagine that. You cornered the market on video distribution and somehow managed to make that a failing business.
So
pretty bad.
So I got a question for all y'all, everybody. So, do any of y'all think Microsoft is gonna allow Bethesda to put all their games on there and do what the fuck they want?
No.
Anybody opposes that?
No.
Absolutely not.
No, not happening.
Why would you do that when your whole point is to have
If
exclusive
anything,
driving
like
experience?
maybe after a year, then they can go to PlayStation, something like that.
Something
We
like
paid
that.
$70 after we had it for a year. Exclusively on.
Day and date? I don't think so.
Nah.
Yeah, because it defeats the
If it
purpose
goes
of
day
Game
and date to a
Pass.
console, it will be the Switch because they have some kind of relationship with Nintendo that I
Yeah,
really
and
understand.
Nintendo is not their
Xbox and Switch are
competition.
pretty close.
That's not their direct
they're
competition.
Yeah, they'll do that. They do that.
Because they know.
They have cross promotion. It's fine because like you get their characters in Smash Brothers that promotes their games, which you eventually go buy on Xbox.
Yeah.
Microsoft
They
know
have stuff
that,
like that.
most of their gamers play on PlayStation. Like, why would they do that? So, of course they team up with Nintendo. Nintendo don't really play that much third-party game. Let's just be real. They don't.
And Nintendo needs to quit playing around and allow Game Pass on the damn Switch or whatever comes next because the eShop is trash.
While that would be cool, that would hurt the Switch more than help. Because
But the eShop is trash.
I know the eShop is trash. I'm aware of this. I've
But
surfed
if
the
you put
eShop. There's a lot of
Game
trash
Pass
in
on
there.
the Switch, people are gonna start thinking they're getting Nintendo games on the Game.
Yeah, well, not even that. It's just a lot of the games
come
on Game Pass you can get on Switch, like some of the smaller ones, but you pay full price on Switch because of the Switch tax. And Nintendo doesn't want to give up.
Oh yeah, they too greedy for that shit, man. they too. Look at Animal Crossing. They is doing crazy with that game.
It's the same reason you won't get Game Pass on PlayStation because it doesn't benefit PlayStation. It only benefits Xbox.
Yeah, but you ain't always gonna be selling Animal Crossings and Mario Kart Deluxes. That ain't always gonna be a thing. So you
one thing about the Nintendo fan base, they are very freaking
I don't
loyal.
think Game Pass benefits other platform holders. You'll only see it on Microsoft platform.
Yeah,
it's the same reason why iOS is fighting them so hard. It's like they want that.
You will see it on Steam. That's the only place outside of Microsoft ecosystem that you will see it.
We don't even see Game Pass on Steam though. They just released the game.
No, not Game Pass. I mean, like the games. You will see them on.
Yeah, the games. Yeah. Because there's just so many PC guys that just won't touch anything if it's not
link up
anything else. Yeah. Yeah.
What you say?
What?
Link up your Steam and Xbox accounts. I'm pretty sure that's how
they talk about they want the freedom. These PC guys. I want my freedom, but then they all exclusive to Steam.
As long as it's on Steam.
But then they wrap their arms around Steam and shit. I'm like, what?
We didn't really get to the topic.
Ever since Game Pass PC, I barely buy shit on Steam. Anytime I buy a goddamn game on Steam, a couple months later it's on Game Pass.
So we didn't really
fucked again.
Man.
Doesn't
that feel horrible, man? When you buy a game,
you know what?
It comes to Game Pass, doesn't that feel shitty?
The last two games I bought on Steam's end, the very next fucking month, Game Pass. Darksiders Genesis and Doom Eternal.
And you said you was gonna wait for Doom Eternal. You said that.
I could do you one better, Alex. I could do you one better. I bought
waited longer.
Devil May Cry 5 for Xbox. And the very next week, I bought it on a Friday. The very next week, Tuesday, guess what's coming to Game Pass? Devil May Cry 5, man.
That's when you tweet Phil and be like, my guy, I need a refund.
So I got a question. Did we even get into the Bethesda acquisition? We just talking about the whole exclusive thing. Did we even get to it?
We talked a lot about it. Yeah.
Well, we talked about how it's the exclusiveness.
Yeah, I don't think we talked about
Yeah.
you know the importance on why they did that and you know how they shook up the industry. I don't think we talked about all that.
Not really, yeah.
So
Well, I mean, go ahead. Yeah, whatever.
no, I was,
You leave
I was
it.
about to say you know with this juggernaut of announcement, that's probably the biggest announcement in video game history because just look at the amount
Second.
of dollars that they gave to these people. They said they gave in cash money. That's what they said.
Yeah.
So basically, like. I am a big fan of their games. Like this generation, I didn't really play much of their games last generation, but this generation alone, I think I got introduced to The Evil Within because y'all know I'm a sucker for survival horror games. And Evil Within reminded me a lot of Resident Evil 4, and I loved every bit of it. The second one, you know, people got their mixed feelings of it, but I still love it. They did some things differently, but it still was a great experience. So. You know, I played that and the DLC and everything. I love the game. Really hope we got another one on the way. And of course, Doom 2016, awesome game. They came out with Doom Eternal, even more awesome, better. It's just so good. And that is the main thing we've been complaining about is single player games on Xbox in which they've been lacking. And most of their games that they gave us this generation was trash ass multiplayer games like State of Decay, Sea of Thieves. I'm not sure how it is now. I heard it's good now, but at the start it was trash.
Oh, it's amazing now.
Crackdown 3.
State of Decay because they look like it's turning the corner.
You know, so like they had they had a bad stigma of like every game it comes out they get a 69 Metacritic, and that's been the meme of all memes. So like Microsoft been listening to the fan base. They've been listening to what we've been lacking.
I can't.
It'll be
I can't wait
interesting
for
to
the
see if
damn
suddenly
day.
all these Bethesda games get 69s though.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
Like, all of a
I
sudden-
can't wait for the damn day.
That's gonna happen now. You know that, right?
69 is no
Imagine
longer
that
a
shit.
meme and make Alex delete that goddamn emoji.
yeah, delete that shit. But like not only they got the
Suddenly
best.
these games are not gonna make it.
No, so basically.
They're getting 68, 69s.
So basically, we was all this whole generation. We said that Sony got the best single player games. Now they're in competition with Microsoft now, as far as who has the better single player games.
Well,
so
that's easy. It's Nintendo.
Nintendo does.
So anyway, well, it's a debate. That's what I love. I love debates and arguments because they all now have great single player games. That's what we've been asking for. That's what they've been lacking.
Still gonna have to do a
So-
little better than just buying Bethesda.
But not only it's just not only just single player games.
Have you ever noticed that the only bad games Bethesda makes are their online ones, like Fallout 76?
Yeah.
I think that was our first.
That last Wolfenstein game, which was like a co-op one.
No.
It was. No. When you say Wolfenstein, if you're talking about the DLC, then that was trash. But the game,
the latest one.
Youngblood?
okay, but the actual game was fire. If I played Wolfenstein too.
I'm not talking about Wolfenstein.
Oh,
1 and 2.
okay,
I'm talking
okay.
about the newest one, the co-op one. Yeah.
Oh well, I wouldn't say
Youngblood.
new. It was just
Youngblood.
it was an expansion. It was an expansion. I won't say a new game, new
It was
expansion.
a separate game though. You can buy it.
It's a DLC.
If you can go to the store and buy it in its own game.
Lost Legacy is
Okay. What about Miles Morales? Miles Morales.
Alex, hang on. If that counts as a standalone game, I mean, doesn't and there's a completely different topic. Doesn't Miles Morales called? Well, I'm just saying, man, you got to keep it straight, right? We've been calling it a DLC.
That is
And it is a DLC.
Game.
Yeah, just
It's
like
a DLC.
Yeah, it's DLC, man. Just like New Super Luigi U is a standalone game too, right? Fuck out of here.
Nah, that was basically DLC.
That was
DLC.
You
Yeah.
can't buy that separately.
Oh, you can though. I have New Super Luigi U on the
Then it's a standalone game.
Anyway, with regards to Bethesda, let me just put in my 2 cents here. I promised real that I would be a bot on this podcast. Me put my fuckboy cap back on.
There we go.
King Phil Aurelius Maximus Spencer just dropped $7.5 billion on the pony's head and be like, hey, Xbox got no game. Who? Nah, not me. That's you. Because I got 23 studios. You got, 13 or something like that?
Yeah.
And you only make one kind of game. third-person action-adventure, over-the-shoulder, baby. We got everything. We got racing. We got fighting. We got platformers. We got shooters. We got RPG. In fact, we are the kings, undisputed kings, unchallenged kings of Western RPGs, and there is no competition if you're not an Xbox. Xbox is the best box all day. Green blood, baby. Let's go. Okay, fuckboy cap off. So
you didn't get the memo though. You didn't get the memo ever since Microsoft acquired Bethesda. Now Bethesda games suck. They were never that great to begin with. So
it's not Fallout 76. It's Fallout 69 now.
Oh
wow!
I ain't mentioned no names in the Xbox community, but it's kind of funny. Some of them just all of a sudden became Bethesda fans. Now they playing Bethesda games on Game Pass right now. That's funny. I ain't saying his name. Yeah. I ain't saying his name, but it's funny.
I don't like that narrative either. It's like when Bethesda first came to console, where did they go?
Xbox.
So I don't understand this. Xbox guys don't know
been like this with Xbox.
Well, the person he's referring to, I mean, whose name kind of rhymes with groove.
Oh!
Hey, man. Y'all are being real smooth right now.
Real smooth right now.
Don't be acting like a bunch of kids now.
The only Bethesda game, I mean, I'm not an Xbox, but the only Bethesda game that I haven't really gotten into is Fallout. I pretty much play everything else they put out. So
yeah.
And I'm
not. I'm in it for the Dooms. That's what I'm interested in.
It's a great move because for me personally, I've always been into Bethesda games, even though I was really down on them last year because, man, Fallout 76 was a super disappointment. Youngblood was a super disappointment in terms of Wolfenstein. It just seemed like everything was just going down. Then they trolled us with freaking the Elder Scrolls Blades. That's online bullshit. Not the online, the cell phone bullshit game, which is a microtransaction hell. I was like, man,
that game's on Switch now.
It is? Okay.
Of course it is.
With all the microtransactions intact, like that?
I'm not sure. That I'm not sure.
Okay. Man, it was rough. It was rough, but I've always been a Bethesda fan, man. Oblivion, Morrowind, Skyrim, Fallout 3, Fallout 4. Fallout New Vegas, which we might get a second one of.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah. That would be a crying shame if you don't get a New Vegas game.
So I mean, yeah, people call them Bugthesda, and let's be honest, they are. They are.
Yeah.
But according to Todd Howard, it's not a bug; it's a feature. So.
Wow.
Todd.
But yeah, man, this is amazing for somebody like me who would buy these games day one full price anyway, and now you're telling me they're coming to Game Pass as part of my subscription, no additional cost. I'm super happy with that. I really am.
Zen, I got a question. When you was bringing all the genres a while ago, you forgot one genre. You forgot one genre that I love.
Hmm?
When you was bringing all their games and all the genres. When you bringing all the genres that Microsoft has that's from Bethesda, there was one that you forgot to bring, and I love those games. And I love both of those games.
Horror games, yeah. All right.
Come on, man! How did you forget that, man? Come on.
I thought he said horror.
He didn't. He didn't say it. No, you didn't.
Now we have the medium coming from Bloober Team. Now we have the Evil Within.
That's
we'll
what I'm
continue
talking
getting
about.
Resident Evil. That's third party, but. A lot of people don't even seem to realize that as part of this acquisition, the person who leads Tango Gameworks is Shinji Mikami, the original creator of Resident Evil. Now he works for Xbox.
Yep. That's what I'm talking about, boy.
Yeah.
I'm glad I stuck with the Xbox.
Those games they weren't that good anyway, so I didn't like
Shinji Mahu? Who gives a shit?
And you know what's kind of crazy? You remember like a couple of years ago, like, you know, in the Discord that, you know, I'll be making fun, especially with bad latency. We was talking about the whole exclusive stuff, and I'll be like, well, you got these third-party games on Xbox. It ain't coming to the Switch. And I think I put Doom. I think I put Evil Within. And it's kind of crazy now. It's an exclusive now, boy. I want to throw it back in his face now. That shit is so funny. I was thinking about that this whole time, man. That shit
To show
funny.
you how crazy the situation is, right? Doom Eternal came out in, was it April or May? May?
I forgot.
I want to say May.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, it came out in May. Everybody bought it, played it. Amazing game. If you haven't played it yet, you really should. And now that game is coming to Game Pass for $15 a month on October 1st, and the Switch port still isn't out.
I'm waiting on the Switch
when
port. I'm waiting on the Switch
and when
port.
that comes, that'll be a full $60 for the worst version of the game.
Yeah. Usually it needs to wait unless you're on the Switch.
I'm not waiting on this.
So that is crazy, man. It's just a thought, man. That's crazy.
After that game got announced for Game Pass, how sit there and still be waiting for it?
Yeah, I'm definitely, obviously, I'm going to play it on Game Pass.
Yeah, like how?
Yeah.
You're going to spend $60 for a game you can get on Game Pass? Like, why?
And then I'll buy it down the line when it's like.
Yeah, then eventually it'll be cheaper on Switch. Then
And just look at the fact that, let's say that Microsoft actually do put these games on PlayStation for $70. What people in their right mind would pay $70 for a bunch of games that they love? If they're a big Bethesda fan, why would you do that instead of just going ahead and just get on the Microsoft's platform?
I can answer that question. I can answer that question. Do you know the same people? Do you remember the same people who, when Game Pass was just beginning to hit its stride in 2019 and early 2020? Do you remember those people who were trying to build up that narrative that Game Pass was hurting the industry and hurting the devs? Them.
Oh yeah.
They are the ones who are going to try to mentally trick themselves and go through all kinds of mental gymnastics to make paying $70 somehow better than paying $15. But I mean, a lot of people are going to bring up ownership. Yeah, you're hurting the industry.
Man,
See, I know a lot of people are going to bring up ownership, and to some people, ownership is a big deal, right? You want to own the game, sure, fine, whatever. If that's your angle, then I have nothing to say to you. It is what it is.
Well, we
But
know
if ownership isn't.
Well, we know digital is the future, and they already, slowly turning over to the digital distribution. And I'll probably say next generation. I don't see us getting a disc drive in our consoles next gen. I don't see it.
My thing is, you can still own the game. Like I'm gonna play my game on Game Pass, and then later in the future, I'll own it for $12 when it's.
Well, you got a point. You got a point.
Yeah.
What's up?
At
still have my
point,
disc. I'll be
at some
fine.
point, the only way we're gonna get physical games is places like Limited Run. That's eventually how
They
they're
trash. They are trash, man. Don't buy from them. Do not buy from them.
Run. Nah, man.
Do not buy from them.
I'm still waiting for my Shantae. It's been months. No information about it.
So how long did
They're
it?
really bad at that.
Hey, don't we got somebody on a panel that waited for like Streets of Rage shit for like, I don't know, 2 years?
Nick.
I wasn't Nick.
You waited for it?
How long have you waited,
Man,
Nick?
You got it recently, right, Nick?
You
Your
just
Streets of
got
Rage
it,
game.
haven't you?
I had a double dip. I wasn't waiting no 4 or 5 months.
So I played it.
Yeah, I bought it
got
digitally
on
because I knew it was
Game
gonna
Pass
take a while.
Yeah.
Man, I played that shit on Game Pass.
I already played on Game Pass. I just wanted the box.
No, I meant for Shantae. For Streets of Rage, I played on Game Pass.
It is a lovely box. That's for damn sure.
Hold on. Oh, sure. Hold on 1 second.
Yeah, Nick's got the cool.
You got yours? Yeah. I can't reach mine right
But
now.
the thing is that just to be clear to everybody in the chat, everybody listening to this in the future when it goes up on video on demand and everything, it's not just that I like Game Pass because it's a Microsoft and an Xbox thing because that's my preference. I want to be 100% clear, y'all. You could ask any of these guys. Every single day that I can, I wish that there were a Nintendo Game Pass or a PlayStation Game Pass because I would subscribe to those two in a heartbeat.
Yep.
So, yeah.
You'll probably get a PlayStation version way before you get Nintendo.
I would love to show
Way
you my
before.
Shantae and the 7 Sirens from Limited Run, but I should have went.
It'll be you'll get it sometime next year.
Yes, Daddy,
Like-
we do
like
have
the
limited run
Shantae simp
slander,
that I
sir.
am. I bought all the other Shantae collector's editions. Those will probably arrive in 2 years.
I'm still waiting on Grandia 1 and 2.
Mr. Denny's Sinfield, he said no limited run slander.
Bruh, I gave him $300. Slap the fuck out of it until I get my games.
They
Wait,
always
that
got
cost you
that.
$300?
Yeah.
Are you
I can't
serious?
hear
Wow. Shit.
You know what? Everything's expensive in
Okay.
Canada. That's probably why.
Their shit is expensive, man.
They all we got, so I can't hate on limited run. They're the last bastion of hope
So
for us physical people.
I wish a competent company would come in and do better than
Nobody
that.
else cares enough. They're only coming
That's
in.
so annoying. They suck so much ass.
There's like 2 dudes in that warehouse, man. What do you want?
So hey, so
I saw their booth at PAX. They actually had shit there. But then they can't make it and send it to you from their like a fucking warehouse. It's crazy.
It takes forever.
So that's all they do. Limited run. They just take games that don't get physical editions and give them physical editions.
Make physical versions.
Yeah,
okay.
They had like cool stuff like steel books and like pins and like stickers and shit like that. It's pretty cool, but like they just suck ass and take.
So did we even get everybody on this Bethesda situation, this acquisition? We just going left with everything.
We're going all over the place, but
we is all over the place.
That's the thing. Like, this Bethesda deal is huge. It is the biggest acquisition in gaming. This brought Microsoft
second
Studio.
biggest.
What was bigger?
10 cents purchase.
10 cent buying Riot Games.
Riot Games.
Well, anyways, this is the biggest. This is the biggest acquisition from companies that matter. But anyways, yeah, Bethesda again. They make some of the best single-player games, and we all know that was Xbox's weakest position this generation was single-player games. This brings them up to 23 first-party studios.
23.
They are now. They have the most first-party studios. They beat out Sony. They beat out Nintendo. Xbox has no games. Is no longer a thing. That narrative is killed. They killed the power narrative. They have done everything they need to do. They are going to have a successful generation. While be it, I will not be buying an Xbox because I'm a PC gamer. They support me, which is why I continue to support them. Game Pass on PC has changed.
Hey, man,
PC
you're
gaming
still part of the family, baby.
Still part of the family, man. Uncle Phil is the man. PC gaming has never been better, and Uncle Phil and Game Pass is a huge reason for that.
See this?
It's just like the best deal possible. I wish other people could enjoy it too on their Switches, on their PlayStations, but you can't. You got to come to Xbox. You got to come to PC. Xbox Game Pass, nothing compares, and that's before we even get the EA games coming later this year. 60 more freaking games getting added to Game Pass.
Don't forget xCloud. Don't forget xCloud.
Ridiculous. And yes, now xCloud is actually official. You can stream all your Game Pass games to your phone if you have Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, which Nick has tried, and he has said it is good. So that's nice to see. I know CVL's use it as well. He says it's good. So the service is there. They have all their ducks in a row this time. And the biggest push of that, of course, was buying Bethesda. That fixes the rest of their issues. So this is a huge...
Here's a question no one is asking. All of this good stuff coming to Game Pass. Does the price of Game Pass raise in the near future?
It wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me at all.
I bet you Ultimate in the next year or maybe 2 years will go
$20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even Netflix continues to go up
every year.
Yeah.
It's just how
that's why I left Netflix, man. Netflix got too expensive.
Does my Xbox Game Pass translate to my PC, or is that a separate thing?
Which one do you have?
I have
which one do you have?
You got Ultimate.
If you want
to look Ultimate.
Both, you need Ultimate.
You need Ultimate.
Ultimate is how much?
15.
So yeah, I have that.
Yeah.
So,
if you pay
then it does.
The $15 one gives you Xbox on PC, console, and streaming to the phone.
So I'm sitting here not even realizing that I can go on my PC right now.
Yeah.
And you can play all those games.
That's pretty sad. Well, I only had a couple months.
But yeah, it's just like
come on, old man.
The basic one, like
I'm old, man.
Come on, old man.
It's awesome. Like Game Pass changed the way I play PC gaming. I don't buy games on Steam anymore because, again, like I was saying earlier, most come to Game Pass anyways. I don't know. It's just like I don't understand how people don't like Game Pass or how they try to downplay Game Pass. That to me is mad.
It's almost too good.
Yeah, it is
to be true.
So,
it's
I mean, I could be playing Flight Simulator all this time.
You could.
Oh yeah, that's coming to Game Pass. Yeah, that's coming too.
I'm waiting on it for my Xbox Series X.
Nope, you could have been playing it.
I could have been playing this shit. Well, I don't know.
Well,
it's coming.
Exactly. Flight Simulator is a beast. Yeah.
It is a beast. Yeah.
I mean, I have a decent build, but
what you say, Nick? Nick was trying to say something.
I want to do that.
What you say, Nick? You said something.
I said, like a lot of people who are on like you just like collect physical copies aren't really gonna.
He keeps cutting out.
Yeah.
What happened? I didn't hear.
He keep cutting out.
All right, hello.
Yeah.
Am I botting?
Yeah.
No, you good now?
No, you just.
Now you're good now.
Okay. Well, I was saying, like, a lot of people, like, most people who probably aren't in Game Pass, probably people like this still, like, do the physical collecting. And that's not really going to go anytime soon. It's going to have that fan base that wants to do that.
Not even the biggest. That's the smallest part of the market now.
Yeah.
80% of people are digital now.
Basically.
Is it that?
Yeah, 80%. Yeah.
Yeah, it's 80%.
That's actually pretty depressing.
It is for us
Yeah,
old school gamers.
they did the numbers
Especially
2
after
months ago.
this Corona shit, it's shot up to 80% now.
Yeah,
Basically.
because no one's leaving their home to go get physical games.
Yeah, well, that's a little bit skewed, though. I want to see how it is when it's back to normal.
Man,
So-
you know what it is? You leave your house, you're gonna get that new hot game, and then that GameStop teenager sneezes on you and kills you.
I was in GameStop the other day trying to, secure myself a Series X pre-order. Yeah, that wasn't happening, but I like getting off my ass and going to stores.
They only get like 5 in stock or some shit. For
the old guy. Yeah, the guy was telling me, he was kind of a pony. He was kind of a secret pony too. He was trying to convince me that the PS5 was the better way to go. I'm like, I'm not here for your propaganda, man. I just want my damn pre-order.
I had the opposite situation. I was at GameStop getting my Mario 3D collection, and this guy was trying to convince a pony to buy an Xbox instead of pre-ordering a PS5. I couldn't believe it.
Wow.
I guess that
that's a new day. That's a new day.
I guess at this time,
Alex, the next time you go to that GameStop, I need you to give that guy my thanks, man. He's doing the Lord's work.
God's work. You know what he was? I can respect it too, because you know what he was pushing on the dude? Game Pass.
I bet he was.
Exactly. He's doing the Lord's work.
With this,
hey man, look, listen. If I could,
he works in a goddamn game store. Why is he pushing Game Pass?
So I got a question. I got a question for y'all.
I would take to the streets.
I don't care about that job.
I got a question. I got a question. So
I would take to the streets with my clean white shirt, man. I'd be with my little pamphlets. It's like, have you heard the good word of our Lord and Savior Phil Spencer?
Right. Hey, yo, hey, can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I've been trying to talk.
Yeah.
I've been trying to. No. What I was trying to say with
shit fixed, bro.
y'all can't hear me. Is it low?
I got you now. Yeah, we got you.
Is it low?
Yeah, we hear you. Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. No.
Yeah.
Several times we can hear you.
I didn't hear you, Alex. I didn't hear you. No, what I was trying to say is with this. Well, y'all talking over me. I can't say shit. No, what I was saying is with the acquisition of Bethesda becoming an Xbox exclusive, whatever. Don't. So I can't take y'all guys serious. Can't take y'all guys serious. No, what I'm trying to say is, like, with this whole entire is the Xbox Series X console is the PS5 console better than the Xbox Series console? Now we can have a huge debate now. Because we could debate about the exclusives, we could debate about the power of the console, we could debate about what that console offers, or this and that. So like, to be honest, if you look at what's inside, the engine, look what's under that hood, we know exactly who is the superior console here. If we look at the features, we know exactly it's the better console. It was a better console, but let's be real. People be like, even though if the console is less powerful, people be like, it's the better console because they got the better games. Because games, like, if you got great games, less powerful console, then basically, they say that the console was better because of the games. Look at Nintendo Switch. Look how look what's going on right now. They got a less powerful console, very less powerful, and people still say it's the best console because of the games. Now, this whole Xbox ain't got the price. And now with this Xbox, now we can put that shit to bed. They got no games. The games suck. They got really good high quality games. They got a high quality system for a fair price. Now, there's really no excuse anymore for Microsoft because they got the studios, they got the games, they got quality, good developers now. They got talent now, and they still going after.
They fixed all their glaring issues.
Yes, because social media they trolled the shit out of them. So it's kind of like I saying it's like it's in their corner now. What they gonna do? Basically,
one of the best things that Microsoft could ever come up with. Like, you telling me I can pay $300, which is the cheapest. It's comparable to the Switch, obviously. I can pay $300 and pay $15 a month, and my kids are good to go.
Yep.
Like I can do that, and I don't have to worry about buying a game.
It's cheaper than that, T.
Yeah, no, yeah. Well, yeah, you can, or I can just buy it. I can go and get it for $25 a month. So I can get it for $25 a month, and then get Game Pass. $40 a month.
No, it comes with Game Pass.
It comes with Game Pass.
It comes with Game Pass. Yeah, I don't even know all the details. So it is a great deal. Like for me, I don't care about it because I like my physical media and stuff. And I'm getting the X because I want it to be kind of future proof. But again, the average consumer does not care about all your jigglies and tigglies and all that stuff. They just want the new console for a really good price and great value. And the Series S is going to be a huge thing for a lot of people who are on the cusp when it comes to financials.
Yeah.
It is a great incentive to say, hey, Sally or Nick, if you want to keep playing Xbox, you're gonna make sure you get your chores and all that in, or I will stop paying that monthly fee. That is a huge motivator for a lot of children. So it is a great value all the way around.
The value proposition is insane. It absolutely is. Yeah.
And it couldn't come at a better time too, because like
it's perfect timing.
Yeah, the pandemic, a lot of people lost their jobs. They're like, a lot of people are tight on money. Like, you could not ask for a better solution than what Microsoft's offering.
But to Real's point a little while ago, about fixing all the problems and everything, they absolutely did. And now you can have a conversation and stuff. If you were an Xbox, person who preferred Xbox over the last 7 years, as I have been, whenever the conversation comes up about which games are better or which box is better, because it always happens because we're gamers and we discuss and we debate. Now you no longer have to skulk into a dark corner and keep your mouth shut. Now you can actually contribute. You can talk.
Yep.
Because that was the case for a while. Yeah.
That was the case for the whole generation. Let's be honest. But
God of War and Uncharted, all that stuff is nice on the margins, but most people are playing third-party games. My kids right now, I can go in the room right now. They're playing freaking Fortnite. They're playing Minecraft
or Roblox or whatever.
They don't care about your God of Wars or your Halos or any of that stuff.
That's why I never.
But the numbers show that, because when you have God of Wars and so forth and Spider-Mans, they sell 7, 8, 9, 10 million. Right.
Out of an install base of 110
million sometimes.
That's to the hardcore.
But then the install base is magnitudes of tens more than that. Which shows you that the exclusives only apply to a very small portion of the overall. So
that's why I never understood.
The only place where it's not like that is on Nintendo, obviously.
So that's why I always
breaks that.
It breaks my heart because I'd rather walk in that room and see them playing Mario or Zelda or something. Although my son does love Breath of the Wild. He loves that game.
With this Xbox ain't got no games narrative, like we could put that shit to rest. Like they always had games. It's just they just didn't have exclusive games, or the ones they had. It was just poor quality.
That's what Xbox had. No games meant really. It was exclusives, not multiple.
Yes, I understand that, but it was kind of a stupid narrative. It was dumb.
Because it's a joke and a burn at the same time.
I know. It was a good burn because that
narrative is absolutely.
Yeah, that's why all week I've been trolling these damn ponies all freaking week, and I love every bit of it.
You can even make the argument out now that Sony has no games because Microsoft has 10 more studios than them.
That's right.
Yeah.
And they still they looking for more
quality out the window.
And they looking. And Phil Spencer said they looking for more studios. And Sega is still, maybe because they never.
Because Sega would make the most sense.
They never denied it.
But
they never denied it.
And Alex knows what I'm gonna say. I gotta clear my throat for this.
Oh boy.
Yeah, they're about to buy more studios, and Satya Nadella said that. You don't know why? Because they're not done. done.
Why you
But,
think?
like, this entire turnaround
Soon,
obviously goes to
your favorite games are going to belong to them.
Why you think they got so? Why you think they got serious with Japanese support? These past 2 to 3 years, why you think they got so serious putting Japanese games on the Xbox? Because they was preparing to buy possibly some Japanese studios. Let's be real.
Yeah, he has.
I'm just being
Microsoft
real. Like,
is about to pull a Switch.
oh,
Yeah,
there we
they
go.
are. I think so.
There we
too.
go.
I think they're gonna have a very big turnaround from what happened this generation. They have everything is going their direction this time. You even have Sony fumbling with their marketing and making a bunch of stupid mistakes and anti-consumer nonsense.
Oh my
Most
God.
of that is because of Smoky Jim or
I asked y'all. See, I asked y'all at the beginning of the podcast. Do y'all want to talk about that shit?
We even saw Xbox UK go in on them with the whole free upgrade things. On how you get free upgrades on Xbox games, but PlayStation, even on exclusives, you don't get the free upgrade of Spider-Man when you buy from PS4 to PS5. And you don't even get your saves. Don't even transfer over somehow.
No.
You know what's so crazy? You know what's so crazy?
That's even more egregious.
You know what's so crazy about this situation? About Microsoft trolling Sony. Don't they kind of remind you of something of what Sony did to Microsoft with the sharing thing at the beginning of the generation? I remember that shit. Now the tables had turned. Now the tables had
opposite situation.
turned. It is so funny.
They put up the tweet. They were like, "This is how you get your games enhanced on Xbox." Step 1, just buy the game.
I said Microsoft should put their own commercial. I said Microsoft should do the exact same thing. Be like, this is how you play your previous generation games on Xbox Series X.
The problem though,
put the disc in and play that bitch.
The problem with that though is if they do that, Sony's just gonna go.
Yeah,
let them do it.
That's the only thing.
That shit will be funny as hell.
I don't think Sony will care too much about the tweet, but if Xbox made commercials about this shit, Sony would change that right away.
So don't get me
doing it to everybody. Why they get a pass?
So shady.
One thing about Sony, they don't like to lose. They do not like to lose.
Outside Nintendo headquarters with a fucking bullhorn.
Like
that was the greatest rivalry.
Look at what's going on with.
Then you play Crash Bandicoot and you're like, damn, this game sucks ass.
It sucks ass.
You lucky you wanna say something, Nick. What's up, Nick? You trying to say something? You trying to say something, Nick?
Huh?
You trying to say something? God dang, you tripping.
It looks like he's trying to sell us a goddamn Patreon or an OnlyFans or something.
And then Nick over there.
Oh, he showed a leg.
I'm dead.
I don't really see anything negative about Microsoft coming to this next generation. It's like they doing everything right. They fixed everything from last generation. I mean, everything. I don't see how they could do anything wrong. I really don't.
If you don't see that, you're lying. You're just lying, man. If you don't see that they fixed, a lot of their problems, then you're just being a fanboy. You're just lying.
Like I say,
fixed basically every issue.
If you get the biggest pony like BG to come out and admit it, they did their job. Solid Rev, he been known to be very critical of Xbox. It's like he a fanboy of Xbox now, the way he's been going there. Even Blackburn is actually.
Xbox.
I thought he was a pony.
He prefers Xbox.
I thought he was more of a PC guy.
Now he used to be Xbox guy, but he was ragging on them because they were
messing up.
Yeah, now he's happy because they're finally fixing this.
Well, I'm happy for him. I'm happy for all the Xbox.
Nintendo right now.
Yeah.
I'll tell you one thing, man. The energy in the community has not been this high in years. It has not been this high in years. There's confidence now,
Yeah.
So
I think that the whole buying Bethesda thing was the biggest confidence you could possibly get from Xbox. Because that shows that they are all in. $7.5 billion
just
to make sure they have games is crazy.
Let's say 2 years from now that the games that they got developed isn't developed right now, and that's when they're gonna start hitting their stride. Just not only with Bethesda, but with the initiative. Playground Games. What's some other ones that they got? What's some other ones?
What their
Dang.
studios?
Yeah, the other studios that they acquired a couple of years ago, like those other studios. So basically, Obsidian. Oh yeah, how I forget Obsidian.
They're 343
Coalition.
Compulsion, Double Fine, Mojang, Initiative.
Coalition about to bring that heat. I don't know.
But if you look
they're
at
gonna bring
all
out that
20,
perfect dark, baby.
if you look at all 23, all 23 of their studios, they can possibly.
Drew Murray just put up a tweet
Huh?
where he showed his daughter playing the unannounced Initiative game because she was having trouble sleeping, and he showed her playing the game. So, just real quick, Drew Murray from the Initiative, just wanted to say that.
So with all those studios that they got, like Microsoft could possibly bring out a
Drew
game.
Murray,
Hey, if y'all think about what's going on, Microsoft could possibly put out a game every month at their rate, especially if they try to get more studios.
Well,
I'm talking about not now,
record.
not now. Like 2 to 3 years from now.
Went on record a year ago.
Yeah,
he went on record a year ago. He said their plan is to release a big title every quarter, so every 3 months, right?
Yeah.
And in between those, smaller AA titles or indie titles just to fill. Yeah, so he's saying once you
Double Fine games. Stuff
once you subscribe to Game Pass, it's just gonna be a constant flow of games.
It has to.
But with all those games, all those studios they got right now, like you say, every 3 months. Like I would probably say every month or every other month, because they still trying to get more studios.
Every 3 months for one of the big games.
The big ones, yeah.
Oh, okay.
eShop games, then they're doing it. But if you want big title, I was gonna say, I was just about to say.
I don't know, man. They got a lot of big games too.
To 3 to 4.
Shit, they got a bunch of big games from Bethesda, man. Of course they got the Halos, the Gears.
Let's be honest here. You really only need 3 or 4 bangers a year.
Yeah, that's
big bangers a year.
Yeah,
right?
That's all.
And then all the rest of the year is like third party and indies and AA's.
Yeah.
2 to 3 bangers a year. That's it.
Yeah, but with Microsoft, the rate that they're going, they could probably do 5 to 6 bangers at their rate. That's what I'm saying.
Don't expect 5 or 6.
I wouldn't. Yeah, I say 3 to 4.
It depends. I don't know, man. Okay, 3 years.
6 bangers a year is tough, man.
Yeah, but look at all the studios they got, though. I'm not saying now. I'm talking about 2 to 3 years.
The thing is, not all of them are banger quality studios. Some of them are lower.
Right.
They're smaller studios. They're the gap filler studios.
Yeah.
Double Fine is not like
exactly. Double Fine is like one of the gap filler guys.
Or basically an indie studio.
Compulsion's a gap filler guy. In between the Initiative, in between Compulsion, that's when you get these smaller ones just to like tide you over.
Oh,
you're not gonna get banger.
No, I'm not saying like every month. Well, do you consider it even within a banger or like a mid tier?
That's a mid tier game.
The mid tier.
Not saying
game?
it's a bad game.
The Evil Within.
But it's not
what
like
game?
a God of War game.
Yeah.
It's
What
like
game?
the Evil Within.
It's like a Resident Evil.
Oh no, it's a AAA, but it's more
a AAA.
rank.
Yeah.
It's not like top shelf.
There's like Gears of War, and then there's like Evil Within. You know what I mean? It's not bad, but it's not Gears.
Yeah, it'll probably sell maybe 3-4 million, but it's not gonna sell like 10 million.
Mid-tier games are great. There's nothing wrong with mid-tier games.
I play more of those than I play AAA.
Do you? Okay, so we go by the sales of it. We go by sales of like what? Okay, what about Persona? It's all about 4 million. Is that a mid-tier or that's a big AAA?
Persona's a banger. In terms of JRPG, Persona is here.
But are we going by the genre or are we going by the sales?
It's hard to compare. Like you can't compare Persona to something like Halo. They don't sell in the same ratio.
Not even not even close.
Not even close. Like I love Persona. You guys know it's a top 10 game for me. Persona 5. I would never in my life say that game has the same impact as a Halo, Gears, God of War, Spider-Man. It's not true.
It can, because they are getting a massive fan base. Because like, remember when it first came out? It was happy that it sold 1 million. Then it went from 2 million. Then over the time, it just continuously growing legs to 3 million. Then the Persona 5 Royale came out. Now it's at 4.5 million, almost 5 million. Like, it's been growing legs these past few years. So it could possibly be up there in that ranks at the way they're going, because like they are gaining. I think
it's the best-selling JRPG game
currently, probably
at least for stuff from this generation.
But well,
Even
It's
even
better
surpassing
than
something like
Final
Final Fantasy.
yeah, that's what I'm about to say.
So
Final
better than
Fantasy,
15?
that's still
yeah,
is
other
that?
than Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Nah, do you want to compare that? Well, it is a
Final
turn-based.
Fantasy, of course, Final Fantasy.
Yeah. Well, it's
Yeah.
a different one. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't play Final Fantasy anymore, so I don't care. But
Okay, so we can all agree that Final Fantasy is a top-tier JRPG ever.
that's it.
And you could probably argue
Yeah.
between Dragon Quest and Persona. You could probably argue between who's next. But then again, I
Xenoblade.
I would probably say Dragon
they're
Quest
all up
because
there.
Dragon
Yeah.
Quest is very huge in Japan. Very
In Japan,
huge.
yeah. And now it's coming to Game Pass, which is crazy.
Yep.
Man, it's so fucking awesome.
Yeah.
It's great to be an Xbox gamer, man. Nick, wake your ass up.
Mm-hmm.
And PC gamer, stop fucking ignoring us.
Yep.
He's
So,
up there.
so really-
Like the best
Wow,
time.
you have me,
Just
and
to
then
be
you
a
have this
gamer, period.
sleeping beauty over
Real-
here as the PC gamer.
Let me
Huh?
ask you a question, man. How long have you waited to say those words?
Which one?
That sentence that you just said there.
7
That
years.
it's great to be an Xbox gamer.
Man,
How long have you
dude.
waited
Oh my god, dude.
And I give it 6 months before he's hating Xbox and back on
Right?
I can't hate on Xbox, dude.
Just wait-
Bethesda,
just wait till you see
dude.
that, the God of War Ragnarok.
Bethesda was my favorite.
Yeah,
I told- so, okay.
Everybody gonna
Alex.
be back in the stables.
Alex, Zen, have y'all not heard me say Bethesda was my favorite company this generation because I love single player games? Do y'all remember me saying that?
Never hear you say that.
You
remember
lied!
I remember
You
saying that 2
lied!
days ago with
I
Bethesda.
said
All
that.
I
No,
remember
I
you saying
said that.
recently since
No, I
Earlier
said
this
that.
week, yeah,
Because remember
Well, I
when?
agree that God of War
Remember?
is gonna
Okay,
turn it around
couple
because
2 to 3 years ago.
obviously, PS4 is holding back God of War, so.
Remember when I streamed that E3?
Oh, wait. Thank you, T. Thank you. Hang
What?
on. I need to go on a
What?
mini ride right now, man.
Oh,
Yo.
I got him.
Oh, God. Thank you for reminding me of that.
PS4.
All the gas that we heard, all the slander that we went through for months, 8, 9, 10 months since December of 2019. Because, Xbox games are coming to Xbox One, and it's on a 1.8 teraflop console. It's going to hold it back. 12 teraflops doesn't matter. The CPU doesn't matter. The SSD doesn't matter because it's on the Xbox One. It's going to hold it back. It's going to hold back gaming, I tell you. It's going to hold it back.
It's
And then
good.
Smokey Jim.
We got a
Smokey Jim,
comment.
Lion Ryan.
So basically, somebody I can't pronounce his name.
all over your narrative, and now what you got?
So we got
Jim Ryan.
got
As far as I'm concerned, Jim Ryan's the best thing to happen to PlayStation.
At least I get to play.
Oh
Mario.
yeah. As a Xbox fan, I want Jim Ryan to stay in that position on Sony's side. I would love that. I'll
As
take
an
that.
avid PC gamer, I hope Jim Ryan stays there for.
Yeah, you're getting PlayStation games now on PC. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we got a pony in the chat. We got a pony.
Jim Ryan and Herman Hulst. Those guys are awesome, man.
We got a pony in the
Yes.
chat. I can't pronounce his name. He said it's good to be happy for Xbox, but they have a long ways to go be on Sony's level. I don't understand what you said a long way. They just destroyed Sony with one announcement.
I would have agreed with you last week, but now that they bought Bethesda, I think they're very
Like,
close.
I was told, man, that PlayStation games would never, ever, ever, ever come to PC. But
So
here we are.
I don't understand.
Baby,
Look,
60 FPS, baby.
I don't understand when you say that. Like, don't get me wrong. I like Sony's games, but most of their single player games is almost the same. But what about their genres? They don't really have many genres of games.
To be
Yes,
fair,
it's
they
action
do get
adventures.
Games like they have Gran Turismo, they have Gravity Rush, they have Persona, they have. It's not made by Sony.
That's yeah.
Gravity
Take Persona, yeah. That's Sega. That's Sega's IP.
I didn't say they do. I'm simply saying they.
But
have
I'm talking about the most popular genres. The most popular genres are RPGs.
Gran Turismo fan out there, but Forza just took me away. I'm done with Gran Turismo.
Man, I love Forza Horizon. I can't fuck with regular
stole me
Forza.
away from that.
So
Regular Forza is boring.
So
as
what
shit, but
RPG
Forza
games
Horizon,
do?
Oh man, that is gold.
What RPG games do Sony have that can compete with Bethesda? I'm just saying. Yeah, what RPGs do they have?
Like
Exclusive?
Sony don't have.
Yeah, Sony, in-house.
Not
they don't
much.
have
In-house.
any.
They don't make in-house.
Any,
They
yeah.
don't. They don't.
That's
make
what I'm
RPGs
saying.
in-house.
They don't have that.
Yeah.
They don't even have a survival horror game. Like this
Nope.
acquisition
No.
alone put Microsoft over Sony. But I'm not saying that it's subjective on who is better because Sony has been pumping out really great games. I'm not gonna take that away. That's why we gotta wait like 2 to 3 years to see what Bethesda gonna do with Microsoft.
Being nice.
This is the question that you this is what you're trying to say right here.
They make
The,
excellent games.
Microsoft has the power. Microsoft has momentum. They have the value. They have the policies. They have the price. They have everything, right?
Yeah.
And they now have the numbers in terms of studios and upcoming games. The only thing they have yet to prove is do they have the quality?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right? That's it. Once they prove that and those games come out and they're absolute bangers, then whatever.
Well, the quality
Yeah.
Sony
outside
has
of
the quality.
outside of Bethesda, because Bethesda has proven quality. But like their
Because-
other
well,
studios haven't been proven yet.
Yeah.
I don't trust Naughty Dog anymore. How well did Last of Us 2 do? Oh, isn't there
Well-
multitudes of copies sitting in stores?
I think
They
it's
can't
also,
Like,
They sold well, but most
Well,
people forgot
It sold
about
like 4 million last time.
Well,
I
that's because they screwed up. They screwed up the story. That's why. Yeah.
you can tell that Last of Us 2 did not hit the same because like the way people talk about Last of Us 1, it's like they never fucking stop talking about that game. Like
Yeah.
it's the
Mm.
greatest thing of all time.
But you see the thing
People
is, I
stop
can't
talking about
completely
Last of Us
shit
2 after
on
a
Last of
month.
Us. I would love to, but I can't completely shit on Last of Us for a reason.
The first
And that's
one's
because
great.
Last of Us 2. In terms of
two.
animation and in terms of visuals and graphics and
Oh,
stuff,
no, it's there quality-wise.
it's
Yeah.
S tier, right?
It's top
Yeah.
notch.
What
I
they
like the
messed up
game.
on was the
story.
story.
The story was
Story of the
fucked up.
game,
Yeah.
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 And that's one thing
Yeah.
Sony has always been good at is telling really great stories, and that
That's
story
what I'm
right there
saying.
just pissed a
That
lot of
is
people
chink-
off.
That's a chink in the armor there. That is a chink.
Yeah.
They messed up on one of their biggest games. They
Yeah.
messed up in a pretty
Yeah.
bad way, I think. So that's kind of a chink in their armor on that game. Now, Ghost of Tsushima looks freaking phenomenal. I haven't played it yet. But
The gameplay
Yeah,
is
that
awesome.
game
I
looks
like the
awesome.
gameplay. The gameplay is awesome. Let's just be real. People hate it because
And I love
of
Horizon, so I
Joel.
can't
What they
talk
did to
about
Joel.
Horizon.
Let's be
Horizon's
real.
fun. I like that game.
Horizon's a lovely game.
They mad because they killed the main character off. They killed Joel off. They mad that they done switched the main character to two lesbians. I don't know what they are.
Whoa, man. Whoa.
Whoa, you keep your hate speech to yourself.
No, it's
know,
not
right?
hate speech. No, I'm being real.
Whoa.
I'm being real. I'm not being homophobic. I'm just saying people they're mad because of that.
That's not
Let's be
But
real.
that's not the problem with the game.
No,
That's just
that's just one of the problems. One of the problems.
It's one of the aspects. It's not the whole aspect. It's not the whole
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah, there's other stuff. Like, it's just what's it the same? The
Real
gameplay
good
was
stuff.
awesome.
Like girls kissing.
Hey, it is what it is, but they decided to do that, and I think the last time I heard that they sold like 4 million in like a few days, and that was the last time we heard
Yeah.
from
Last time
them.
we've heard anything about it.
But
But one thing about Sony,
Sony would tell you if
they
were
will
selling
tell
some
you.
shit.
Every time they hit a milestone, they'll tell us.
Nah, they're not gonna say anything until they hit like 10 million. That's the next
million.
milestone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been
Yeah, but
well,
the game
like-
already got a price cut and shit. Like it's already.
Yeah.
Or we haven't considered this. They're busy remastering it to sell it to you again on
oh
PS5.
Lord.
Well, yeah, because they're gonna
Always
re-release it on PS5, but I think the PS5 version is gonna have the online though.
That's good. That would be some bullshit.
Oh, that would be
Let's
fun.
go do it.
I'm talking about head talkers.
But
Find it.
T, don't you remember they did that already, bro? Remember, The Last of Us 1 was a PS3 game
That is
that came out in July or June of 2013, which is just a few months before PS4 launched.
Yep.
And then in 2014, The Last of Us Remastered came out.
Yep.
Yeah, don't forget that. They've done that before.
People got them mad at him. I remember somebody
Yeah.
from Naughty Dog was like, "Oh, it's not like we just pressed the next gen button. We had to do some work." I'm
Yep.
like, "All right, bro."
Yeah, just reading the article here a couple days ago that it got leaked that Last of Us 2 online multiplayer is coming out soon, which will most likely just be for PS5.
Probably.
Okay.
Maybe.
Yeah, but is it gonna be popping like that? I don't know.
I don't
Same
know.
reason you got to keep buying Grand Theft Auto 5 to keep the online going.
TH5.
Man, they have freaking sold that game like 6 or 7 times.
So we got a so Duke Togo 13 said. Hold on, he said Sony has a couple of first-party RPGs, but 2 of them have dormant for quite some time. Wild Orange, Bloodborne, Rogue Galaxy.
That's PS1. That's like PS1.
Yeah, but
PS1, man.
But we talking about the now. We talking about what those RPGs has been doing. Like we already know what's the biggest RPGs.
I guess Bloodborne that counts as an RPG, right?
But
what we were talking about was in-house studios.
In-house.
Yeah, that's made by the Souls guys.
And we know who's the king of RPGs. The king of RPGs is freaking Bethesda. And I'll probably say second would probably maybe CD Project Red. I'll probably say CD Project Red.
And the Mass Effect guys too.
Oh, Once Upon a Time, BioWare. Once Upon a
Time, yeah.
Not so much now, but yeah.
Not so much now, yeah.
Well, we're talking about relevancy. We got 2 of them that's very relevant right now.
My boy.
Huh? Oh yeah, Monolith. That's JRPG.
That's JRPG.
That's JRPG. That's a different branch.
And you guys just said RPG. You didn't specify.
Oh no, there
Listen.
Well, thank you.
Let me say it here. Now that you can finally hear me, we had this discussion.
Shit, we'll mention it.
We had this discussion on the chat, man, on the text chat. When I say RPG, I mean WRPG, okay? Because I play like maybe 4 JRPGs, and that's like the Tales series, Xenoblade, Final Fantasy sometimes.
Bro, it hurts my heart.
Fire Emblem.
I haven't played Persona 5 yet. That hurts my heart.
Man,
no, and I actually have it physically for PS4 in my cabinet here.
It's the best JRPG of all time. What are you talking about?
Hey, did you get the Royal?
When I say RPG,
get the Royal edition.
So
that's the better one.
Just because I didn't say W first, you understand what I'm saying because I'm a W RPG gamer. So that's now that you understand that.
Gotcha.
All right. We got any questions in the chat before we approach fuckboy hours? Any questions?
Well, you didn't ask them earlier, so there's no.
His Witcher 3.
No, actually, I
Witcher
did.
2 was amazing as well.
Actually, I did put a question in the chat about 20 minutes ago.
Oh, okay. Let me scroll up.
Questions.
We are approaching 2 hours and 28 minutes now.
Oh man.
Fuckboy hours. We're about to get exposed. Who cares, man? It's a happy day for Xbox games.
Nobody don't do that no more. Nobody don't care. I see people doing 4-hour podcasts twice a day. So.
Oh wow.
Man, that's a work shift.
Exactly.
Well, to be fair, they do it because of the super chat. Let's just be real. They want that super chat money.
Yeah, I'm not. That's your hustle, man. I ain't hating on you. That's your hustle. I'm just saying, like the idea of you've been podcasting too long. That's dead, man.
Yeah. I think especially during quarantine time, people want long.
Yeah. We need content. You gotta have content.
That's the most ironic thing about YouTube. Everyone's there's not enough YouTube content from creators.
Speaking of 5-hour podcasts, Poppy 2K, he was on Dave's Had Enough live stream today. I bet you heard that name in a long time.
Dave?
Yeah, Dave.
Yeah, Dave went live today. Yeah, he went live today. I put it in the Team Red chat earlier. You didn't see it?
Yeah, I saw it.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
And I saw Poppy 2K.
Clean in there, T. I actually put you into the second refugee room.
And we knew back about 4 or 5 years ago.
I gave you and Real Gamer the Sega refugee role.
T, take it from me, man. Look, listen, you got the right instinct, my friend. I'm in there every day. It's toxic.
No,
stay away.
So I wasn't lying. See?
No, it's very, 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 very nice in there. Everyone's very fantastic to each other.
Okay, we got another question. Duke Togo 13 said, "Who do you guys think had the biggest impact on the brand and turning the ship around between Jack Tretton, whatever, and Phil Spencer?" Tretton, whatever.
I'm gonna go with Phil because nobody else could handle what the hell Donnie D left Xbox with.
Oh boy.
Phil walked into a room on fire, a house on fire.
Just
And
to put it. Well, actually,
yeah.
finish that, and then I'll add to it.
No, yeah, and they tasked him with the job. Like, okay, so this is now yours. The house is on fire. Good luck, buddy. And that was pretty much it. It's crazy.
Yeah,
He
had
had
to
so
do
much to
it
deal with.
while people were punching him in the face the whole time.
Yep, and with no budget whatsoever.
He got
Phil-
no love, no budget.
Phil managed to turn a company that was on death's door, Satya Nadella was ready to get rid of Xbox, into the same CEO spending $7.5 billion buying Bethesda. That is Phil Spencer.
They were going to spin Xbox off into its own thing, or they were going to look for a buyer, and the buyer that they were
probably be
aiming
Amazon,
right?
was Amazon. Yeah.
Or
So
actually,
in an alternate timeline,
Google Stadia.
yeah, in an alternate timeline, right now it wouldn't be Microsoft Xbox; it would be the Amazon Xbox.
Wow, that would be crazy.
Got another question. CVL said, what happened if Joe Blow consumer buys a Game Pass subscription for Android and the game he's playing leaves the services before he beats it? Answer, he loses access, Luna wins.
Let me preface this question by asking, is this guy a bitch who can't beat games?
Oh, wow, damn.
Finish the game.
Damn.
Oh, that's messed up, man. That's messed up.
If he's talking about the availability on these streaming systems, on these streaming services, when it comes to Game Pass, I can't talk for the others. When it comes to Game Pass, it's either 3, 6 months, or a full year.
Yeah.
Right? So it's either a short period, like 3 months, or 6 months, or a year. If it's there for a year, hell, if it's there for 3 months, you know you want to play the game. Play the game. Play the damn game.
3 months, you should be able to play it and beat it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even if it's like a long RPG. 3 months is a long time.
3 months is a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Tayshawn said,
it's not like they're putting it on this week and taking it off next week. It's not like that.
We got a question from Tayshawn. He said, did you see that got flexing on everyone? He got a Series S order secured in. Oh my God.
Yes, I saw that. So funny.
What happened?
This dude tweeted out that he got a Series S on Amazon like, during the day that they launched. And he was like flexing on everyone. Like, get your money right. You like me, I can buy whatever I want. And then you look at what he bought, and it was a 1S.
Oh, no.
That was funny.
That
was funny.
They were roasting the shit.
I heard about people like buying Xbox One X's instead of the Series S.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That happened too. 747% sales increase on the one.
That was funny. That was funny.
Crazy.
Nick looked like he ready for us to go.
Actually, but there's another theory there. Some people are saying that maybe the bots that the scalpers put up to get the Series X bought the wrong console.
Oh yeah, the bots. Yeah, I heard that too. Yeah.
Hey, Nick.
That probably is part of it.
Which I would love if that was the case.
Yeah.
Hey, Nick.
That would be so funny.
Are you ready for us to go? You ready for us to go? You look bored.
I'm trying to go to sleep. I got work tomorrow.
Oh damn.
Oh, okay.
Nick wants to go to after hours mode.
I'm just surprised you didn't cuss us out and tell us to hurry up and get the fuck up out of here.
At 10 o'clock, Nick's streams are shirtless like Review Tech.
Ew.
Ain't nobody not trying to pay to see that.
Hey man, all I'm saying is, like I said in the text chat, I ain't trying to see no overweight Italian men bareback, man.
Man, you best believe if I was muscular, though, I'd be doing it more often.
Okay, here's a very important.
Blowing up.
That is not an important question, sir. That is not.
Question.
No.
How many tacos will Real get from Taco Bell to try and win that Xbox Series X since he couldn't secure one?
Wow.
Well, the answer to that question is enough to ruin your entire intestine.
Oh,
because
wow.
Taco Bell is trash.
Every taco in the establishment.
I was mad I couldn't get mine. It's like
you don't have to eat it. You can just buy it and give it away, right?
Oh, you didn't get yours neither, T? You didn't get yours neither?
Yeah.
Give it to a homeless person.
it was in the cart.
Yeah.
And he kept booting me out.
Or was it Best? It had to be Best Buy. It was Best Buy, wasn't it?
That whole
Best Buy
situation was a nightmare. Yeah.
Best Buy did me like that.
I got mine
out the cart.
Microsoft Store.
But I got an S. I got an S. I did get lucky to get an S, but I'm still trying to get that X. I won't get the X. I want the X too. I want the X. But
Yeah,
if I
that-
can't
like,
get the X, huh?
The S is very tempting for me to just throw that in the living room as an entertainment box.
It's very
No,
good
it's
for entertainment box. It's small. It has all the apps you'll ever need, and you can.
Right.
like
Yeah.
like as far as the S go, it's still the same experience. It's just resolution's the difference. You're still gonna get
Yeah.
a graphical upgrade. You're still gonna get a faster CPU. Like it's the same thing. It's just the storage is different and the resolution is different. That is it. And of course the disk drive.
I mean, the hardcore gamer in me wants the X for
Yeah.
my office here to game in, but as far as like the S is so cheap and it's such a good value that it's still maybe a secondary purchase.
The S is a very good Trojan horse for Game Pass.
Yeah,
Like
Yeah.
you
It's perfect for
can physically cannot build a PC at that kind of power compared to the S. At least not yet. Later, maybe in a couple of years you can with new parts. I'm not talking about used. But like you can't do it. $300 you cannot build a PC that powerful. It's super small. And again, Game Pass, $15. Play all your games on your living room or Netflix and all that
So
shit.
how much money are they
It's just
losing?
a really good streaming device.
How much money are they losing per console? Sale. Like
They have to be losing a lot, real, because that CPU
That's what I'm
in there,
thinking.
if you buy that for a PC, it's $300 alone.
So how much you
But
think they lose? Like at
but
least
they get
$300 per
the
console?
because it's all digital, so they get money from that, and it's
Yeah, it's
and
obviously it's clearly a loss leader.
Yeah,
They're
it's a
taking a
loss.
loss to get it back into digital games because obviously you can't buy used games,
right.
and they want you to get on Game Pass anyway. They make their money back, which is why they can sell it to you at a loss.
Exactly.
But that's why you can't build a PC for that kind of price.
And that's
It's just
exactly
not
why
possible.
them games ain't going on fucking play PS5. They want you on Game Pass, man. Come on,
Right.
man. Like
pretty obvious to
just
me.
look at it. They losing money on consoles. So why do they lose more money by putting their games on
I'll say this
PlayStation?
with the Bethesda thing. If Microsoft puts their games on PlayStation, this whole buying Bethesda was pointless.
It is
doesn't help
pointless.
the purpose of Game Pass. It defeats the purpose of
It's
Game Pass
about the
if you're putting your games
ecosystem.
on your competing.
It's about
I
Xbox
mean, I want to say when you spend
ecosystem.
that kind of money, you have a plan, but I look at Disney and they bought they bought Star Wars and they had no fucking plans.
Well, to be fair
So-
though, they did make their money back from Star Wars.
Did they?
They did after the fourth movie. They made their $4 billion back.
You know why
Yeah,
they
but
say? You know why they say these games are case by case
I'm
basis
agreeing with
to
Star
make
Wars,
us
yeah.
think that these games are going on PS5 because they got a couple of games that's going on PS5. I'm not sure if it's a time exclusive or it's exclusive. They want to make their money
Exclusive
back.
for a year.
They want to make their
Definitely.
money back, so they're not going to come out and say, that, we're not going to put PS5 games on the PS5 because the fan base is going to get pissed off. They'd be like, fuck y'all, I'm not buying this shit. So they're not going to come out and say it right now. Let's just be real.
I love
Let's be
Sony
real.
because they just told me I don't have to buy a PS5 to play new games from so hey, I'm
right.
good.
Don't even I wouldn't be shocked. I'm pretty sure, in fact, that God of War will be on PS4.
Yeah, I'm
it
pretty
will.
sure, yeah.
It will.
Yeah,
It
I'm
If
will.
they're already saying Horizon is,
Yeah, Horizon is, and God of War, like, it's clearly been in development for a few years already because it's
Right.
coming out 2021. That shit's
Honestly,
definitely coming.
I honestly think they're going to support the
and thing is,
PS4
for me,
for
I
10
don't care about
years.
God of War, so but
Oh, you missed it.
So
You
that-
missed it.
Horizon coming to PS4, that was actually pretty shocking to me. I didn't think that was going to happen. But now that that's been announced, definitely God of War as well.
So how long y'all think they're going to support the PS4?
they said 3 to 4 years.
So
Basically,
basically
I was about to say that. Yeah.
Yeah.
about 10, 11 years.
That's even
something
more
like
than
that.
what Microsoft said. Microsoft said
supporting
2 years.
PS4
They said
doesn't
2
mean
years.
anything.
2 years,
Like
yeah.
supporting it with third-party games, that doesn't really actually just mean
No,
first-party
well, see,
games. But yeah.
it's simple to understand why they would say 3 to 4 years because, again, Sony is more traditional and they have a more traditional focused business model, right?
Yeah.
And you just don't leave 114 million
a
people
lot of
behind.
people. Yeah.
You just don't do that.
That's old
So-
way. That's an old way of doing things.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are complete polar opposite of Microsoft.
Yep.
And then there's Nintendo in the corner.
Okay, Duke. I guess he got a question. I guess he's trying to be fun. What's the point of spending $500 on a Series X, stressing out over pre-orders when you can spend $100 on Taco Bell, feed yourself, and get it that way?
You have just as much chance of winning it at Taco Bell as getting an actual pre-order. He's not wrong.
Because it's not a guarantee.
Are you trying to get a heart attack or something?
You're guaranteed to get a heart attack.
And in one of those scenarios, I pretty much guarantee you will die of cardiac arrest before November 10th.
I know.
I need a Series X. Like, I'm sitting here with the first model fucking Xbox One VCR. Like, I have to have.
I thought you have the X. You have the original one?
No, I don't have an X. I have a VCR Xbox One, and so I can't even. Like, my thing is, like, I really want to be able to benefit from my legacy titles.
Yeah.
My original Xbox and 360 titles getting a boost with new hardware. I've been waiting. I was gonna get an X, but I waited, and I'm kind of glad I did now. So I can get a Series X.
Microsoft kind of hoed everyone out with that. That thing did not get a lot of life out of it.
No.
So, do we have any upcoming announcements for, like, did they say anything about more pre-orders on the way? I'm not sure.
Well, Sony did more PS5s today, and that was also a nightmare again.
Sony did more today, and they're supposed to be bringing in more next week. But with regards to Xbox, nothing that I've heard of. Xbox themselves said November 10th they'll have more in.
More by November 10, but I don't
think
there's a second wave of pre-orders.
I do not want to wait
until it comes out.
You're gonna have to camp out, Real, if you want.
Man.
No. Well, let's put it this way, Real. Remember, everybody who has one probably isn't in the market for another one, right? Unless you're a scalper.
Yeah.
Which means that it's probably gonna be easier the next time around. So
I don't know, man. PS5 was
I don't think it'll be easier.
Shit. So what about PS5? That shit wasn't easy today. That shit was a train wreck.
Well, I was told that it's not going to be no problem buying an Xbox Series X because ain't nobody going to want none anyway. That's what I was told.
That's what I was told, man.
Alex, expose yourself.
Yeah, apparently
Alex.
That was a lie.
That was before the Bethesda.
No take backs.
Yep.
No take backs. No take backs.
Yeah, it was.
Eat your words, Alex.
Changed everything.
Eat your words.
Man, I'm seeing Series X's on freaking eBay going for $1,200. I'm like,
what the fuck?
Yeah.
Fucking Dave.
All over again.
What the
PS3
dude?
all over again.
Look at my chat. Freaking Dave.
I should have got a Series X just to piss me off.
Look at my chat.
Just to sell it for $1,000.
Nintendo's with the gods.
What the?
It's not like they have the console in hand.
Freaking Dave.
Pre-order.
Yeah, they're selling you their pre-order.
Right. They may not even get that shit. What happens if that shit gets canceled?
That's why I'm waiting. I'm waiting till I have my fives in my hand. I'm not selling a goddamn receipt. That's stupid.
Damn it, Dave. He trolling me. That's fucked up.
Well, actually, the people who sell the pre-orders, they're gaming the system, because remember, if you get your 5 or whatever in your hand, and then you sell the thing, you have to pay for shipping, right?
Yeah.
So, but in the case of selling the pre-order, all you got to do is just change the address to the buyer's address, and then you let the retailer send it to them for free. So,
True.
Yeah.
But you still might get your shit canceled, so I don't know. I don't trust it.
That's true.
I would figure if you made $1,200 fucking dollars, you can pay for
you can pay
$30
$30, $40.
cheap
Hey, man,
I don't know, man.
There's some cheap ass people out here. I'm just saying, there's some cheap ass people out
It's
here.
like, whoa. You live a state over. I'm increasing this to $1,250 to cover shipping.
He was a greedy motherfucker. You cheap.
I don't see really many questions anymore, so I guess y'all want to wrap this bad boy up.
Before Nick go to sleep.
Yeah, Nick. Before he cusses out.
He over there. Nick over there counting sheep and shit. Like.
Come on, Nick. Don't be like Amazon, man. You gotta say something, man.
Let me get up off this podcast before my girl becomes my ex.
Oh shit!
Yeah, pretty much the same thing.
I'm
here.
about to have 2 X's.
We'll have to find
Yeah.
Okay.
It's cheaper to keep her. I was told, my uncle told me it's cheaper to keep her.
Yeah.
That is true. All right, y'all.
Always
Okay.
remember the golden rule. It's easier to ask for forgiveness than permission.
Mhm.
So
I
do what you
gu-
want to do, I guess.
I guess we get up out of here, man. It's been a good podcast, and I was, of course, we have to, roll up on these ponies today. Give them a taste their own medicine, man. I'm happy, and they're mad, and I love it. I love it, every bit of it.
And me and Nick benefit from everything they do. Xbox and PlayStation.
Pretty much,
and
yeah.
Hey, but y'all, but y'all part of the family though. Like Microsoft still
Part of
get
the
a
family,
cut.
baby.
You part of the
Oh,
family.
not only are we part of the family, we eat at the head of the.
I won't say that because y'all don't get Doom Eternal Day 1 on Game Pass. We do. Y'all gotta wait.
Fine, we still get it.
I'm just saying.
And our version's better.
That's true. That is true.
It depends on your graphics card. Depends.
No, the game is made for PC.
Yeah. Well, he's right about that. He's not even trolling because if you watch Doom Eternal on a console versus it being played on a PC, it's a different game.
That's a different game. Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
No, I'm not talking visually either. I'm talking about
Just
the way it
you
plays.
move and shoot.
Yeah.
Of course, the
That's
frame
not-
rate is better. Of course.
No, it's not the frame rate. It's the way you can. The way you.
The
aim
way
with
the
mouse.
things you can
The game
do,
is
you
designed
cannot
around
do
it.
that with a controller. Yeah.
It's
No.
not
Really,
possible, yeah.
really.
Yeah.
I might have to try this
Control
whole.
mouse and keyboard is-
I might have to try this whole PC thing, huh?
But you can just plug a keyboard and mouse into your Xbox and realize how better it is.
Pretty much. I mean, they support it.
That's
Did
possible
they
now.
release a keyboard and mouse for the Xbox yet? Did they talking about for the X?
Yeah, they released
series?
it, but
Keyboard and
each
mouse.
individual game
Yeah,
is
you
gonna
can
is gonna
use
be
keyboard and mouse.
patched to use it. That's all it is, right?
Yeah.
So if it is patched, each individual game, then you can use it, and then you can just plug it in. Remember, your Xbox is just a closed PC.
Yeah.
Literally,
that's all
Basically.
it is.
it's literally running on Windows 10, a
Yeah.
version of it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Real,
All right,
real, you be acting older than me sometimes, bro.
Man, I don't know anything about these PC gaming, man. That's Alex done. I don't know anything about no PC gaming, man. Only PC gaming I got is this laptop that I'm on right now.
You sitting in front of a PC right now. How you don't know?
Why all these goddamn?
That's because it was built
fanboys
in
always
it.
try to buy laptops.
I don't know how to build I don't know how to build a PC. All right, let's gonna get up out of here. Nick, he about to get into it. I'm not gonna say it
Nick's in a
because
food coma.
yeah, I'm not
Niggas
even gonna
already
say.
gone. What you talking about?
Yeah. All right, guys. It
Gone,
was a good podcast, man. Appreciate everybody coming out here. Been a long podcast. Gotta get up out of here before we reach fuckboy hours and get exposed on somebody else's YouTube channel the next day.
Already
Oh,
did.
damn.
So anyway, let's go get our outros out the way. Like I said, appreciate everybody joining us, and make sure you hit that like button. I put my Discord link in the chat, so please click on that bad boy and follow your boy there. And let's go and get to you, Nick. It's gonna get to you first, man. So you can go and go to sleep.
All right. Thanks for joining us yet again for another Real Talk podcast. Appreciate everybody stopping by. And we'll see you next week.
All right, T.
My name's T. Thanks for having me. God bless you. Good night.
All right, then, Alex.
What's going on, everyone? This is a fun podcast. Xbox back in the fight. PC gaming better than ever. And Nintendo's still giving us Wii U games, baby. Let's go.
Oh, shit. All right, last but not least, then.
All right, people. Been a fob. It's been a fob podcast. Jesus Christ. It's been a fun podcast. It's your boy Zen, the bot father, the god of Xbox. Game Pass forever, baby. Let's go.
Jim, we gotta do an Xbox podcast. We gotta get one started, man. Bots only. Bots only. Alex and Nick, you are not allowed. Bots
Wow.
only. We got.
Wow.
Oh, no. Oh, God. That's so terrible. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Oh, however, will I get through
Oh,
it?
listen to that sarcasm.
I know. All right, there's your boy Game 27. I appreciate everybody, coming out, tuning in, joining in, and I guess we will see y'all next Friday, or I don't know, maybe I'll do something this weekend. I don't know. I want to do something the other day, but I'm tired. I started my new job. My feet hurt. I'm fat. I've been on my ass for 10 months. I'm trying to get back to the use. I'm getting back to the use of this shit. So, hey, man, I'm not going to sit up here and lie to you. Fucking Nick. God, he done already left. Oh, okay. I thought oh boy, I was about to cut you out, Nick. I thought you were. I thought you were. Well, anyway, guys, let's go get up out of here, man, before I say something while we still alive. So peace out and God bless.